Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by the one and only, the human turret, one of the best ARs to ever do it. Give it up for the world champ himself, Sam LaRue, Octane. We got another world champ in the business, some of the best analysis in the game. Give it up for the world champ, Christopher Duarte, Parasite. We got the multi-FPS champion. It doesn't matter whether it's Halo, Call of Duty. This guy does it all. Give it up for that nub, Enable. Yeah, and then, of course, we got the executive producer of The Flank. Give it up for Benjay Nassim. Gentlemen, what's going on? Nub, appreciate you joining us, Ian. Appreciate you, brother.
Of course, Tomas. Love being a part of The Flank with the boys. Got nothing but love for the ZooMAFIA, man.
Yes, sir,
so thank you for asking me.
Yes, sir. Pat will not be joining us today. I think something came up. I don't know. He couldn't make it today. So, shout out to Pat. We'll have him on our other episodes. But huge shout out to Ian for hopping on last second, man. Ian's the GOAT. So everybody get a 180.
Wait, can I say something too?
Of course, brother. The floor is yours.
I did watch the games if you want to quiz me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I did watch every single second. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I like that, Ian. I like that. And watching every single game, Ian. I love that. Full timer over here. What about you, Sam? I see you got the LA Thieves shirt on. Your boys are looking good, Sam. They're looking good. How you feeling?
I don't want to get too much into it, Tom. We got a lot of series to get through, but I will be glazing when we get there. That is correct.
Absolutely.
I did also watch the games today for everybody in chat. I watched every gunfight today.
I did as well. Duarte, what were you doing today, Duarte? Were you watching the games?
I woke up, I watched games on my phone, then I went to the gym, watched some on my phone there, came back, showered. Like, I'm giving you a whole rundown of my day at this point.
That's good. I like that.
Came back, showered, ate, watched some more, and then I pulled up the last match and a half on my side screen while I decimated people in rank play. So,
I love that.
Yeah.
What rank you at right now?
I'm number 2, bro.
Oh, hell yeah. You're number 2, right? Who's first? Colt? Colt's 1, you're 2?
Colt, yeah.
Did DG get banned yet?
Yeah, he got banned. So
wait,
Colt's a lock because I'm not catching that
are you
guy.
trying to get 1?
No, bro. I don't. I got other obligations like the flank. I gotta be here. I gotta do my thing. Yeah, I got the gym and all that stuff. Yeah, I got too many priorities. But hey, I still grind. I'm consistent. That's it.
Anyways, let's get. That chair smell like.
Yeah, that chair smell like shit.
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ. Let's move on, Benjay. How you feeling?
Good. I had a good coffee and cod sesh. I cooked a nice gritty steak on stream, as you saw, a nice medium rare steak for lunch. We ate that during that first series, so that was good.
Love that.
Bets were good today. I'm dreading this Tottenham Chelsea game tomorrow. I think we're gonna get fucking slammed.
Yeah, you guys are.
Watch Lewis Hamilton get fucking P18 in qualifying today. That sucked. But the COD was good, at least. The COD was great.
COD was great. Matches were great today.
It's been good. It's been good all weekend so far, for the most part.
Yeah, I will say, is it because it's early and you think these teams are just kind of like, kind of head on with each other right now? Like nobody's really ahead of anybody right now? Or do you think the talent pool is just so spread out throughout the league? Like, what do you guys think it is? Because we've had some bangers, man. A lot of these games are going map 5. A lot of these maps are close. We've seen some chokes as well from a lot of teams. I mean, what do you guys think?
I think it's a combination of both, but at the same time, I think it's like the way the game is played in the maps. Like the hard point is super simple in this game. I feel like, yeah, there are some intricacies and there are like more talented players, but at the end of the day, sometimes it's a flood fest, especially when you see these like middle of the pack teams play each other. But then the S&D, that used to be a game mode that separates. And although there are some standout players and we've seen like, a couple teams that are kind of like, they're impressing in search for the most part. Some of these like game modes, they're playing pretty one-dimensional. So, yeah, I think that adds to it, but we'll see. I mean, it could get way better, over time.
I do agree on the one. I was gonna say I do agree on the one-dimensional stuff. I think a lot of that comes down to the maps, and I mean, I definitely think we need new maps. I mean, we've seen Volt Control every single series so far for the 3rd map. I mean, there's only 2 controls. Nobody has dabbled with Protocol yet. Why do you guys think that is? Why are people not dabbling with Protocol? Is the map just ass?
It's glorified hide and seek. And the spawn trapping is fucking insane.
Yeah, it's just gimmicky.
You can lose that to anyone. Like anyone can spawn trap.
Okay.
Tom, we're twinning right now. Like we got the same color.
Anyways. Oh, let's go. I love that. Yeah, no, I definitely think the map is ass. I know Hacienda's coming into the game, and I know control on Hacienda is not good, by the way. What happened?
It's horrible.
It is hilarious, bro.
What I do?
I saw you, man. You're shut up, man.
Bro, I honestly don't even know if people are gonna like opt to play Hacienda more often either, because it's also kind of the same. Like, yeah, the map is nice,
dude.
It's
I don't think that map's coming
Hacienda
in.
Control.
I think it's horrible.
No way it gets in.
Hardpoint?
So
Hardpoint
what are we
again.
gonna do? What are we gonna do then? We can't. Bro, look at the issue right now. Is Team B is just super OP because it's 2 controlled things. So like we're at a little bit of a crossroads here. Like control is just not good. we're only going to play one map. Like,
Wait.
are we just going to ditch it? Like,
I mean, I have a suggestion, or maybe like I don't know if they fixed this, but I think when those other new maps came out, I can't remember, like Hideout and the other one of the maps had like a really weird bad spawn. I wonder if that's maybe like were the points good? Like I think Easy Mac looked at them, or was it JP? I think JP tweeted or some shit where it was like the spawns on them were bad, but why have like could they not fix the spawns if the points are good? Like is there any motion there? Maybe a conversation to be had, but
I'm
I don't
sure
really
that
know.
they can move them
They
around.
should remove control.
I don't really know if Hacienda is going to save anything here.
Yeah, Ian, that was
Hardpoint
actually,
is a good
Ian,
map.
it's funny you say that because that was going to be my next question to you guys. Do you think control should even be played if we're going to play one map of control all year? Why not just
No.
make it 3 hard points and 2 S&Ds, just call it a day?
You should. I mean, it's when's the next DLC drop? Like they're so Hacienda
Season
won't
2.
be in if they're not going to play protocol. Like that's a while.
The thing is,
Playing
though,
one control map is horrible.
the
Yeah.
reason people are so against it, and some pros are even against it, is just because it just makes it so like teams that are respawn like dominant just have a leg up while there's no swing mode. But like, I don't really mind that as a person that watches now. It's like, well, if you're the better team, like you have to just get good at that mode. Like you
Yeah.
can't be relying on like a cheesy game mode, something that is like not competitive. And granted, it's not competitive because the game mode essentially just sucks. It's that there hasn't been a good set of maps and like for it in a
To be
long
honest,
time.
so
It's
so
not-
then so then do this because it solves actually 2 different problems. The higher seed, move coin toss series aside because I don't really know this other problem yet. A higher seed, including grand finals at LAN, the team that is higher seed gets to pick up the 3rd map is hardpoint or control. You solve the
You mean
winners.
search?
Hardpoint and search. Sorry, you solved the winners advantage a bit in grand finals because you would dictate then
actually
how
like
those 2
that.
controls would be
I wouldn't
divvied
mind
up
that.
amongst hardpoint S&D. Like you actually give some kind of advantage and you can kind of craft the series. The only thing I don't know how to solve for is the sort of coin toss situation you have in the CDL right now with these online matches with the home away thing. Like there's still a bit of randomness
I mean,
involved there.
assuming you're playing a team multiple times a stage, like wouldn't they be able to divvy up like an even amount of home and aways? So that way sometimes like the team that's the home team will get it like twice, and then the other team that's the away team will play them again and they'll have their
Well,
preference.
The problem is that you play 2 teams 3 times, and it's not fair. Like there's just no.
Oh, fair enough.
It is. That's the one.
I like that, Ben. I like
You
your
might,
idea.
just need to do. You might just need to do a coin toss, bro. It might just be a coin toss, and then Team A gets to pick like the 3rd mode. I don't know, but I think we're at a crossroads now. If they can't add a 3rd control map and make 2 viable control maps, like I think you got to chalk the game mode this season, man. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see kind of what the consensus is. Like, I don't know if they're talking about this stuff behind the scenes. Probably not, because I feel like they don't talk about anything with each other anymore. But Spence handles this, doesn't he, Ben? Doesn't Spence,
Yeah.
He'll talk to the players with stuff? Don't they have a group chat with some of this stuff, and they can kind of talk about it and decide what they want to do here? I mean, I see some people in the chat talking about CTF, but that's not even in the game.
I think it's time that they add headquarters because they add headquarters.
Prop hunt
Headquarters is hypothetically a combination of both hardpoint and search. If you,
I mean,
think
listen,
about
that's
it.
what I said. Everybody said it was brain dead and it keep smoking papaya. I said absolutely. I said
Bro,
headquarters because
I mean,
headquarters is a combination of everything.
it's
It's a
both.
combination.
It's
It's
a
hard
combination
points,
of HP and
S&D.
search.
Yeah, because when
Did
you
they
tap the
ever
point, you
play
gotta say, oh.
headquarters competitively in COD?
No,
No,
No.
it was never.
Competitive
actually,
sniping.
no, they did. They did back in
COD
I'm not even
4.
gonna lie. Back in COD 2. COD 2 HQ was the game mode.
Oh, straight up.
Wasn't COD
I
4?
don't know,
Wasn't
bro. You
headquarters a
can't
game
do
mode in COD
control,
4? No, headquarters
No,
was a game mode in COD 4.
it wasn't played. No, it wasn't.
Oh,
It was
really? So what
Sabotage.
was it? Was Sabo and Demo?
Dom Sabo and Search.
Played headquarters
Ah.
in competitive sniping. That was
Really?
lit.
Yeah, headquarters was competitive sniping. I know that because that's what I did in Call of Duty 4. I was a competitive sniper. And it was all
Somebody in
headquarters.
chat said that the rotations are random. Well, they can just fix that by not having random rotations.
Yeah, but
I mean, bro, you should just do hardpoint, bro. Just add an extra hardpoint or do what
Agreed.
Ben said.
I
But
agree.
wall control for like the next 4 months, 3 months is horrible.
I agree. I even today, I mean, the map is so one-dimensional. Like everybody kind of just does the same thing on a map. It ultimately just comes down to who wins the fights and who's kind of
Bro,
working together. But
if you do not have a trophy when you hop on that B point, you are fucked. Everybody hits their nades, throwing it over the building, and one person dies, and the setup is busted. Like the meta on it is just not.
You
gonna
know what's wild,
bubble.
though?
Good eats, man.
You all, it's wild though. We've almost seen every single. We've seen every team play. We've seen every team play,
Yeah,
correct?
as of today.
We've seen every team play, and you're telling me not one team has thrown a wrench in the plan and played protocol? like depending on seeds, like it's almost like they have that map GA'd. Like that's either that map is that bad, which I don't think it's that good because I played in rank, but at the same time, not one person has like just said fuck it, veto vault.
It's probably just miserable to play at the highest level with all the spawn trapping. And
Yeah,
stuff.
I agree.
That there is.
I
an
mean, to
issue
be
there,
honest,
you know what I'm
too, you
saying?
wouldn't even like the lesser team. Protocol is probably even worse to play.
Yeah,
like
'cause you're just getting
if a
bullied.
better team puts you in a fucking demon trap, you're screwed.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know.
What's the matter, Ben? What are you beefing with people in the chat for?
I just cooked some getting the
You know what I
chat,
mean? I
bro.
mean, Ben's cooking. Somebody in the chat said, Ben, you're silver. Shut the fuck up.
I'm not even silver, brother. I'm a diamond.
Oh,
my
shit.
God.
I don't know,
Yeah,
bro. Let him know, Ben J.
Nah,
Let him
bro,
know, man.
Honestly, we need a Ben solo queue to Erie stream.
Yeah, I'm not
Nah,
doing
he's
that.
got to pull a case on, bro.
Motherfucker would wither away before he hits that.
Not doing that.
All right, let's hop into the matches. We'll get right into it. We start things off today with the Miami Heretics going up against the Vegas Falcons. This one ended in a 3-0 victory for Miami. This is the first 3-0, right? First 3-0 of the year. Great plays coming in from Miami. Falcons honestly played a good series. I thought they kept the maps close. There were a lot of moments in the series where I felt like, again, Vegas, they're just making mistakes that they're going to have to clean up. But Miami came out, took care of business. We'll scroll down, take a look at the stat sheet, and Jesus, fuck. Maron. Everybody for the Falcons in the red except for Kicks, who, by the way, this guy has been shooting. What do you guys think about Kicks from the Falcons? This guy impressing anybody else, or is it just me?
No, he's good as fuck.
He's good.
He's
definitely
good.
the best
He's a
player on the
shooter. He's got awareness on the squad, but at the same time, like, dude, does this team have any sub players outside of King? How do I say a body, a booty? What is it?
This is always
it's
a
King of
concern. This is always a concern with them. They're all pretty much AR players, and like they don't have no real true sub
Bro,
player.
they got him in the blender.
Gotta
Listen,
stop playing
King of Booty.
Skyline, then.
Yeah, they do
This
have
guy-
King of Body in the blender. They do have him in the blender.
I'm not gonna say his POV is the best, but at the same time, I think he's actually just running it by himself, baiting his life to the most
He
insane
is.
degree.
He's been all over the map, Chris. Like watching his arrow, he's been insane. Like even yesterday in the S&D in Skyline, when he's mid-map, just sliding around, just like everybody's shooting at him. I mean, this guy's not afraid to get in the mix. But I agree, it could hurt him if he doesn't have another sub player that's next to him.
He was on vault control top B trying to shoot a guy off the point of this video earlier. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah. I don't know if anything in the vetoes caught your guys' eye. I know it's still early in the year. And for me, it's kind of hard to tell if teams are fucking up in vetoes right now because we don't really have map records for these guys. But if there's anything in the vetoes, please, floor is yours. Anybody?
I mean, it just
So
I was gonna say it seems like teams are catching on that they like Skyline in general because they did ban the Heretics did ban the search. That could also just be a weak point in them, but like Skyline has been a pick for keep calling them Heretics, sorry, Falcons again. So it seems like that's gonna be a comfortable map. Like although these series are kind of competitive and there are close like situations, the only map I've really seen them kind of like really like look pretty decent in is Skyline. And I'm surprised though because they do run 3 ARs on it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm surprised they want to play Skyline.
They
over
almost
some of
won
the other
that.
maps.
They almost won that protocol yesterday. If Austin didn't go Hamboni.
Yeah, but Skyline's like been the consistent one. Like they played it twice and they've looked pretty decent on it twice. But
I mean, they
like,
should have won it twice if
again,
we're being honest.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know.
Same
There's-
thing happened today that happened yesterday.
It's just weird because they have 3 ARs like all the time, and I don't know how that map is close. Because I swear to God, it's not ideal.
Yeah. All right. Anybody got anything to say before we head into some clips? Got some clips from the series. Kind of give you guys a little
I'm
run through
actually
what's going on.
surprised. I
Go ahead,
I think the Falcons played pretty well this weekend. With like when you take into account everything that they're late, they don't have nearly as many reps as the other teams. I think they kept it close versus both the Ravens and Miami. Like,
Yeah, they did.
I
They
thought it was going to
little
be way
things.
worse. People were saying they weren't going to get 50 points on a hard point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like 3-0, 3-0. So I think they have potential. They seem like a gritty team. They just need to actually run the right guns.
Yeah, the thing
get
is
more
too
reps.
is they're making mistakes too, which I'll note here. And this was a mistake that they were also making yesterday when they were just having a hard time blocking sponsor at P4. Now I will say, I think maybe because King of Bodies pushed up and nobody was blocking for Falcons, that's why number 5 spawned there. Because at first I was like, what is that spawn? But when you see when number 5 spawned, nobody from Falcons is blocking again. And these are like little mistakes here that's gonna cost them like heavily, dude. Like if nobody's backing up and making sure they're blocking these spawns, like it's gonna hurt them, especially with only 30 seconds left on his hard point, like going into the money hill. Like you want to make sure you solidify these spawns. And again, this was the same mistake that they made yesterday, and they're making it here today.
That spawn actually is a product of like milliseconds. Like I think number 2 and number 4 both like spawned at the same time. Like if it was like if the kills were a little
number
bit
5
like
spawned
staggered,
early. He spawned first.
They
That's
spawn
why.
like almost simultaneously. Like if you play, they spawn like simultaneously, damn near. Like
You see,
it's pretty crazy.
So number 5. Well,
look at that. Number 2, number 5.
Yeah, no, they do.
spawn in at the exact same time, basically.
Yeah, it's just like once number 4
It's on
spawns up.
number 3. It's on number 3 more than anything, or number 4.
Number
excuse me.
4.
He needs to make sure someone spawns behind him before he moves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. You got to
Like,
just
he,
make
like
sure.
he needs to
could've
hard
could've
hold
turned
here
and
to
looked at
like
it.
guarantee. It is a shitty spawn time, and Chris is right, but like we've seen this happen so many times. It probably happens in scrims all the time as well. Like you just have to hard hold and guarantee your teammate spawns there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
You
even
know
though
why?
he did, he spawns close, and clearly you fucked it up.
Why, Ian?
They're just nervous. I think.
You
Like
think
they're
so?
just like the score. I mean, that's a play where maybe in the heat of the moment, if it's 240, you rush it. But like, bro, it's 40 to 50. If he just takes a second to actually think, number 4, I don't know who exactly it was.
those kicks. Yeah,
Like and just thinks about the bigger picture, he doesn't spawn there. Like he doesn't give number 5 a spawn, and then their whole setup completely collapses. I think that's like not having reps, but also their first couple of games in the league, like they're a little bit more hyped up. I don't know. I at least I think it's that. Hopefully they're not just stupid. They
Yeah.
may just be stupid.
yeah. I don't know. They made the same exact mistake yesterday, so it's like I hope they're talking about some of this stuff. And then I wanted to go into this P4 because again, it's the second rotation, and I mean, look at the score again. Like this hill is fucking killing them, and it was killing them yesterday. They get broken here, and I think Kicks here. Me personally, I think he's doing too much. Like he's a great player. Like he's probably trying to do it all right now. But right here, like his teammate has this right. Like he just needs to stay down and just hold one thing instead of just giving himself bad time in here. Like actually challenging this guy here. Like his teammate was right there anyway. And then Octane tried to jump up on this guy as well, and then he dies. Everybody just kind of gets blooded out of hill. Everybody dies. The spawns flip, and just like that, I mean, I'll pause it there. Miami were able to break on into a P4 hill again with 40 seconds left to go. I mean, Falcons probably should have took a lead here. And
Instead,
instead,
it's just boo boo again, and it's a product. I'm telling you, it's a product of this fucking. The people love playing in that bathtub, and if you play in that bathtub, you're just overexposed to the guy that's like playing out beds. So if you want to like secure that time and basically protect him, yeah, he could watch it. He could watch it himself, but more often than not, he gets double chowed. So like they're opting to play tight and like push that out. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if he plays in the shower spot, then the one guy right here, Kicks, can literally just focus his bottom while his other teammates are flooding top or like roaming around.
Wait,
Yeah, they
can you
they
run
have
that
one
back?
guy. They have
Yeah.
one guy
Yeah,
closet.
they're
They have
shitting
one guy in
themselves.
hill. One guy's pushing right side, like by plat, and then you have Kicks in the back here, just like
You
holding.
can essentially, what I'm trying to say is, you can essentially hold this whole bottom area by having one guy in a hill, and he's just like playing off of the information while this guy, like let's say Kicks right here, is watching his bottom closet like push. So then the other guys can flood top, but instead they're playing this tight setup where they basically have to protect a body because he's sitting in the bathtub. And instead, they just leave top open. And like, this is the best case scenario for Heretics to break. They basically just pinch out the back from the right and the left.
Yeah.
And then it's an insta flip.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, you
X
need-
blacked out though.
No,
Yeah, I
it's
was gonna say,
literally-
X no
he
ran backwards and
yeah.
shell top.
He
What,
definitely-
are you talking
he
about,
blacked
please?
out.
He blacked out.
Oh,
he
he
shouldn't have
definitely
shot that.
blacked out, but they're getting broken here regardless. As soon as Kicks dies, this spawns open. Real just needs to like sit here and wait, and then like he's gonna peek this for free. Like it's
No,
over.
you know, even
I don't know
before
if that's
that
true.
though.
I don't even know.
They're
I don't
not,
know if
they're
that's
not
true,
getting
Chris.
broken regardless. X literally blacks out and crosses the whole map.
Yeah,
in their-
wait,
in their
I'm so
setup.
confused. Like,
X makes a one play. If he chows left with fucking Kicks, and they'll trade this guy to
Yeah,
hops
yeah,
down
yeah.
from top. Like they just got
They're
to double
focusing
one
the wrong
lane if he's
lanes.
running
Yeah,
backwards.
He just hardcore red
I
dot
agree,
chase
Ben. I agree.
And dies.
wait, even before that though, why?
No, it's way before that when he shoots.
Yeah.
When he shoots it,
No, he
whoever
spawns
goes up there.
kitchen. He like so like look like
I rewinded it for you guys.
yeah
Response
this is
kitchen.
perfect. When he or it's after
No,
this.
it's right here. He shoots
Yeah.
at 6, sees him from low. He shoots him top.
Why-
He
why
through the
would he
hill,
not,
through the
like-
back stairs to challenge the guy he shot at through the hole to top bed.
He
Go
could
ahead,
have
Nug.
just played a creddy, like
Yeah, he
in
could've just played
closet
for his
or like in the
gunfights mid.
front. Like you know that they're going to be coming through closet and bedroom.
Yeah.
He just ran by 2 of his teammates in the hill to where another one of his teammates was just at.
Yeah, I agree. They're
The
doing
guy's
too
on my
much.
fantasy team. He's cooked.
I
I'm
also
cooked,
think in the
actually.
back there, I don't know what you guys think about this, but I feel like they should also be playing like off angles. Like they shouldn't be full challenging, like squaring up. Like it would be cool if Kicks was just like laying down behind this table and he just like is looking through the cracks, and then when he sees when he pops up, right, like kind of catches him off guard, and then somebody can work with him back there. Like play, like X-Nick could be camping a corner next to him somewhere back there. Like they should just be playing tighter and be playing safer.
They need to play top. Like there's no like Kicks is literally fighting for his life. He has to watch the deep left
Yeah.
cobble route. He has to watch this hop, and then like the right hop. Maybe he could leave that exposed and have somebody spot it and late play off the reaction. But like they just have top completely open. They decide to turn open hill, and then they get punished for it.
Your point, Chris. If you play top, then that guy who's sitting all the way in the back of the spawn, all I do is watch left. Literally watch left. Doesn't need to watch top. Doesn't need to right hop. Just that left kitchen push, and you have a good setup.
Yeah, agreed. And then we get to the ending of the game, and I mean, this was just a grueler. It's 232 to 223 in favor of the Falcons as we go into a kitchen hill. You can see the setup from Miami. They get a guy pushed up all the way on hot tub. I like the route from Kicks, taking this underground route, because that's something they weren't doing yesterday. So I like seeing somebody. Actually, did he take an underground route? Where did he go there? I can't tell on the mini map. Is he underground there?
Yes, and then he went upstairs.
Yeah,
and
he went
shot the guy.
upstairs. Yeah. Sometimes I can't tell. I thought he ran through P1 for a second. I was like, the
No,
fuck?
you can always tell to go underground because he wraps under P1.
Yeah, no, it's a good route from Kicks, but he ends up dying. Miami, they're trying to hold through the front. I thought Falcons did a good job just getting in here and using their numbers and getting into the hard point. But Miami do a good job just holding strong. Real made good plays here, just staying alive and being a nuisance here. He's able to find a couple kills, sitting on a 2 spree. He bought some time for his team, and once all these kills go down, I mean, this is pretty much all she wrote. Rokkrs is in the middle of the map. He can't do much. And they just had a hard time breaking this kitchen hill. Great discipline for Miami to get here early and lock down this hard point. But any other final thoughts on the first map? It was a grueler, close map, but Miami closed it out.
Hated that route. Hated the route. What is his name exactly?
Kicks.
Kicks?
Kicks.
No, number 4.
Yep.
I think that's just another thing that they just need more time, like in the pros.
What would you
Yeah,
have?
like, there's
what
no
would you
point-
like to see from him in there? Like, what route would you want him taking?
So like, bro, him and the 2 Falcons players that were mid right here, they should have just tried to kill this guy P1 and then collapse through mid and their side instead. Like, there's no point in taking a route, bro. You win. Either team's gonna win off this hill. Like, you don't need to flip spawns, and like it. If you're assuming that Miami is smart, which they were, I don't know who it was exactly, but blocking the spawn, you basically make that guy useless.
Go ahead, Sam. Are you about to say something?
No.
No, I was about to say something.
Oh, you were about to say something, sorry.
I feel like if you're gonna take that route, Ian, and you let me know what you think about this. Like, Miami still need 20 seconds to get the dub here, so you have time. You might as well just go all the way around and try and block this, or try and like flip them, or try and like make a play. Like, if you're
I see
gonna
what
take
you're
the
saying.
route,
You got to go all in.
like
on
you
it,
see,
for
you see
sure.
how he hits on the ground and then he cuts Closet here back to mid. I
Yeah,
rather
that's what I'm saying. He
him.
just
This-
wasted
this is
so
what
much
we were
time and
saying.
fucked trading.
Yeah, I'd
He
rather
fucked
him
the
just
trades
push
up.
this out. I'd rather him just push this
This
out.
is
here.
what Kiz did yesterday, and I loved it. Like this guy being P1 is he's the person
hardest
that's going
thing,
to stop
yeah.
their entire play. If he hits underground, it's the same, literally the exact same play Kiz made yesterday. Wrap back, kill a guy for his team, so they have 0
Yeah.
resistance.
The only
getting on
difference
mid.
is
I
Kids got
loved
the
it.
kills. He got a second
yeah.
kill. That's the only difference. Right?
I love the play personally. I
Yeah,
think
they
they
also-
just kind of got shit on by Real right here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they also
Real
didn't
made great
really-
plays. He made a
They
great
also
play.
didn't really help each other, and then they kind of were just caught off guard by this guy like being P1, which is like something that they just need to be aware of whenever they're
They
trying to
should've
break out.
Yeah,
I
They,
just think
they
this is,
played it close though.
no, they did. They played it
should
super
have won
close.
these map. That they should have won that map, and they should have won it yesterday as well.
Yep.
Like it's just P4 is what Tom said. It's just killing him.
It's killing
Both
them right now.
leaking.
It's fucking killing them. They keep making mistakes on that hard point every single time they play. But we hop into the S&D. We got a protocol search. One thing that Falcons does really well in S&D, even though they lost the map, is just making things like chaotic. Like, I feel like they're always like all over the map. Like, they're kind of hard to read. And they were one of the only... A lot of teams, I won't say the only team because I saw other teams doing it, but a lot of people are kind of steering towards that B site now more. Because how many times when we watch Protocol, it's just A, everybody just fucking head smashing A. Now we're seeing some setups B side. And Kicks, he makes a great play here to tie it up here at 2. He's by himself. He's got somebody on the defuse. He's able to shoot him off the defuse, and Kicks, she's doing a good job buying some time, staying alive, makes him push him, and Real just doesn't have enough time to get there. So great plays from Kicks. What do you guys think about the B plant? We see more teams doing it now.
It's definitely the more favored bomb site, which is surprising considering how hard the pros were lobbying for A control on offense on this map. But yeah, I like the B adjustments for sure because I think top mid is just easier on offense.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Now, one of the main arguments for the pros on the GA is that everybody goes A, and if you just bring a sniper down into A, it's chalked. But now we're seeing teams switch it up and not even go A and doing all kinds of different shit. Don't you think a sniper would play a lot differently with teams making more than just
Gotta
a
think,
one?
Tom.
You know,
know?
that argument
think.
was dog shit, Tom.
I mean, I don't understand it. Like, I feel like their argument just doesn't make any sense, especially after watching these teams play and seeing how they move around the map. Like, I just don't see how a sniper would be OP. I just don't get it. But yeah, great plays from Falcons there, tied up at 2. Then we head back into the 2-2 round. And then right here, this is where Xnid, he just finds a good credit spot. Listen, this spot's got to be getting checked eventually, right? I see so many people in this credit spot that are finding kills. Shotzi plays it all the time. eventually I feel like people are going to stop playing it. And then I think at the end of the year, I think people are going to bring it back. People bring the day ones back at the end of the year.
An app special right there.
why
That
app
corner
won't
is where
change.
app would live at.
I think you
App
can
would do
actually
that.
like pre-wall bang that corner from the inside before you actually decide to bust the doors open. You can also get on the ledge to the right side of the door, like if you jump on top of it. So you can. There's actually 2 corners there that are kind of cruddy that people can use.
Spiral's fucking mixy, bro. You never know what the hell's going to go down at Spiral. Then we go over to the 3-4 round here. And this is where Miami, they just adapt. They end up playing around the B site. They kind of shut down the Falcons. This is the only thing I didn't like about the Falcons is that they didn't really switch it up. They kept going back to that B site. Miami, through the second half of this map, they ended up adapting and kind of stacking it a little bit more and playing for it more. And they were able to get bombed down right in the B bomb. And now it's a 2v2 situation. And with 12 seconds left to go, Metals left in a 1v2. Because they ran out of time, look at the play Metals was able to make. And I don't know what happened here with Kicks, but he missed some shots, I think. I think he missed some shots. I think Metals right there, he does a great job staying alive, but they replay it here after the round. Actually, where's the replay? Oh, here it is. Do you guys think he missed here, or do you think the bullet reg is ass? Let me see here. Those look good to me, bro. Those first, like, initial shots, but I'm sure he's hitting them there. And then, because you can't see hit markers in the replay. And then he whiffed a few shots there at the end.
It's a 5-bullet kill, so he probably hit like 3. No bullshit, because he did whiff like the last like.
He
couple
tried to
shots.
snap and he kind of fucked up his snap, but
Yeah.
it was a good try there. It was a good try from Kicks. And then we get into the 3-5 round, and then we see an RC car being used. And I actually liked how they did this. They called a car. Real pushes through grass with the car. Actually, Real was ahead of the car at this point. Real goes fucking rogue in this round. Ends up just full channeling these guys top zig. Top zig. He's able to find one. And then on that P3. And then after that, Lucky gets the trade. 3v2 situation. You see the guys from Falcons now. They don't really know what to do here. Exney tries to push out grass. He gets traded out. I just like to play from Miami, just pushing out grass and getting aggressive. I think the car was scaring Falcons a little bit too. I think they were playing kind of passive because they didn't want to die from the car or get caught out by it. So I like to play there, just full hitting grass and calling game here. Anything you would like to see differently from the Falcons on this map, or anything you saw from Miami that impressed you guys? Any thoughts on the map too?
They need some subs, bro. They have like 3 ARs. They're not going down to this bomb site often. This is like a sub.
They just need better
Paradise.
pacing in general, not even just in this map. Like, they're not going to be a team that I think respectfully can compete talent wise. So their teamwork needs to be on point.
Honestly, if the Krig was in, these guys would be dirty, bro. They'd run 4 Krigs and shit.
I mean,
would
I'm
everybody
sure,
else.
but
Dirty.
to
So
Nut's
would
point,
everybody
I
else.
think
Yo,
there's
chill. They're AR players.
outside the pacing issues and all that, like we're seeing that maybe poor communication, poor decision making is really, kind of the skill gap for these guys. Like they need more reps, they need more practice getting in these mixy situations and making the right decision quicker against these pros that are really good at it and have been doing it for years. So we'll see what they can get better at over the course of the next like month and a half for the first LAN.
Yep, for sure. Any other final thoughts before we move on to the control? Absolutely. Let's move on and we get into the vault control. Yet again, we start things off here on the 1-1 round. This was actually the offense that Miami was able to win. So I just wanted to kind of play it out and just kind of pick your guys' brains on kind of what Falcons maybe could have done better. Actually, let's rewind it a little bit just so we can see how these guys even get here. They were here for a long time, man. I mean, even just rewinding this back, you could see how Miami was just in there for a good couple minutes. It starts with number 5, Metals, who kind of makes a run for it before they capped that 8-point. He gets in there early, wins a big 1v1 there. So just a great heads-up play for Metals. And then as we just kind of play and skip through this, you can see Falcons, they just spend so much time trying to kill Metals. And unfortunately here, they just fail. I mean, Kicks tries to slide the corner. Metals kills him. At this point, ROKKR's in there. He's able to help him out a little bit. Now they're in a perfect scenario now. I mean, Metals making that play, getting pushed up, getting those kills, winning that one. Is going to buy some time now for Miami, get some map control as well. And look at ROKKR. He's still in there. Still finessing. Falcons are looking for him. And while Falcons are all looking for him, look at all the space now. You see all the space now, Nub? That opens up to be here for Miami. I mean, it's just great heads-up play from Miami, guys?
I mean, yeah, Falcons is moving like Reno 911, bro. Fake police officers. Like, they need to start moving like the NYPD.
Yeah,
they try to just get our control like straight creb balls.
They also just never filled left, like to initially even like let this player get in here. They just kept going cat like the whole time, over and over and over, and they just kept trying to like pinch out the lobby. So
yeah, Can we talk about
they
King of Bodies? He keeps taking this route, and he keeps going all the way around right and getting into the base, but I just feel like he's so far away. Like, I know why he's doing it, because he could probably get some shots down on the B, and then he can also spawn him out deeper, like spawn him out P2. But the problem is his team is getting fucking smoked in the spawn.
Farmed.
They're getting farmed. They're getting farmed back here. So it's like he can't really be taking routes when his team can't get out of the spawn. He's going to have to try and help him get out of here. And just as you see the rest of this round play out.
Have they thrown attack, by the way? Like, I don't even think I've seen a nade come from
Ben, you said that, Ben. Didn't you say that?
Bro, I said that after watching that first map today. I'm like, did these guys ever use nades or stuns? Like,
I was going to say, I also think the way that people are playing this map, or at least them and specifically are playing this map, is just completely ass backwards. A lot of people are kind of under the impression that you need like cat control and stuff like that, but I would much rather teams like push through B, because B is obviously your like last like resort control site, but like push through B, hit lobby, and like take control of like closed, get control of like their ammo, and spawn them P2. Because if your guys like almost like GG win condition is like making sure that people don't get in your art, don't you want to fill out that lane and like put the majority of your attack through like the left side of the map and through like the left side of close rather than like catwalk? You want to try to spawn them out P2 and then like fill in that lane cat side last rather than filling in the left last, because it keeps happening. People are filling in cat, people are filling in line, they don't fill in B as much, and then all of a sudden there's a guy in your spawn and you're just getting fucked. So I think people are just playing the map wrong, and they need to start filling out the left side of the map more rather than the right.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the wrong routes. I mean, it comes down to them just taking the wrong routes, right? Like, especially, like, everybody has a different route, depending on whether you're the first one spawning up or the last one spawning up, right? Like, everybody has a different job depending on what your spawn is. I always feel like the first guy has got to be that guy to kind of take those routes, but yeah, filling in the right spots, Chris, is important, right? Like, if you're not filling in the right lanes, like,
also, if you think about it, it kind of does make more sense that you play through the left and get control of closed, like the closed hallway of the middle point, rather than like playing through cat. Because what do people do when they get on the point? They hide from cat. They sit underneath it. So if you're going to retake it, the best place that you can be to shoot them off it is through closed. It's not cat. Most of the time, they're just going to hide, make you irrelevant, make you jump out like a moron and die. So I just think the way people are filling the map, playing it, is just completely ass backwards. And that's why you see every good team just getting an art for free, because, yeah, they're just not in the right place.
Yeah. All right. Any other final thoughts before we move on? Let's get it. Let's move on to the next series. We got a banger here with the Minnesota ROKKR going up against the Boston Breach. This one goes all the way down to like map number 5, round 11. And I even think it was 3-5 in that map 5 at one point. Boston was able to bring it back round 11, but ROKKR do end up closing it out. We'll scroll down, take a look at the scoreboard here, and Jesus, mud on the ROKKR, do it again. 3 negative players from the ROKKR, except for Paul X, who's dropped a 1.15, which, by the way, Paul has been absolutely phenomenal. He's been playing really, really well. He's in his bag right now. He's in his bag. He's playing good. He's feeling comfortable. And again, Minnesota ROKKR were able to take 2 map 5s the last 2 days, so I'm sure they're feeling really good. And on the other side, you got Boston. Everybody positive from Boston, but they lose the series. So interesting stat line here, and then go down to the match MVP. Of course, it's Paul X with a 1.21 in hard point, 1.62 in S&D. Got shit on in the control. We won't talk about it. We'll take a look here at the vetoes. But what do you guys think about the series? About the vetoes? The floor is yours. What do you got? How you guys feeling? It's a great series, by the way. Phenomenal series.
I'm surprised.
Go ahead, Nub.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I'm surprised Minnesota. I thought Paul X was spitting proppy a couple days ago when he said that they were actually kind of farming teams in scrims. They look good. And Boston doesn't look that bad either. Like, I thought both of these teams were going to be really bad. It's still early, but the series was competitive. I thought the fact that Minnesota won with, I mean, the old school Neslo is, well, kind of Neslo, semi chub Neslo. Yeah, it's like, it's impressive. I don't know if they're gonna stay playing at this level, like winning series like this. It is early on, but to start out 2-0 is big.
This is a carbon copy of yesterday, bro. They forced the P1 rotation at the end of the vault to win it by 5 points, and they win around 11 on rewind. Like, I will tip my cap the fact that they are 2-0 because it's big points, because the rest of their schedule going forward for this stage is extremely difficult. So being 2-0 is important, but I'm not convinced personally. I think Estriel hasn't been great. Geo's underperforming still as well. They do have 2 wins, so again, I'll tip my cap there. But these series could have easily ended like the complete opposite way. They're clutching up right now, which is great, but relying on pushing Vault to the literal brink and then winning around 11 game 5. I mean, It's good work because they're winning the series, but I wouldn't say they're playing well.
They told me Gio was 1 of 1.
Here's the thing for Minnesota. Their next 5 matches are Cloud9, Thieves, Toronto, FaZe, and Vancouver. So like winning these 2 matches is big because it's going to get way harder after this. They're playing a Boston team, that we don't think is like the best in the league. They're playing a Gentleman's team that we think has a lot of experience. Maybe the slang is inconsistent. I think this is another mud fight. The one they clutched up round 11. You really like the composure from the searches and the game before clutch up. I think for Boston, I just don't see how teams are going to play them on red card or hardpoint next week. I think it's clear that they are very good at that map, and people should probably try something else against them.
Yeah, I mean, Cammy be shooting on that map, bro. Yeah, he made some. Oh, he had a 1.41 on that first map. Go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say on the Minnesota front, I just think they need to clean up their gameplay and they have really good pace and they're super aggressive, but they need to start like playing a little bit together, because at the same time that aggression is gonna bite them in the ass when their teamwork is not on point and they're not waiting for each other and they're kind of just playing recklessly. And it did that on the red card. Yeah, on the Vault, it was super scrappy. They managed to get that win out, but obviously the pacing of those 2 maps is completely different. But on that red card, they were playing Boston really close at one point, and then Boston just flipped the switch on them and started getting ahead of the game. Whereas I feel like when it comes to ROKKR, they don't have those types of players on their team that are going to make the selfless play and get ahead and take a rotation, take a long route, do that. Where I feel like this team just floods a lot. So they need to clean that up and start to, I don't know, not necessarily designate someone to do it, but they need to start thinking more ahead, because I feel like when it comes from talent, these guys all are shooters and they do have that pace, but now they got to start thinking ahead, because otherwise they are going to just fall behind on the curve, especially on those bigger maps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I completely agree, Chris Duarte. Anybody got any thoughts before we head into some clips?
Shout out Paul X, man.
Shout out Paul. He went 14-6 in a map 5.
Should have picked him up on my fantasy team, bro.
We're gonna hop into a. Go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say his reads were so good that map 5. It was actually nuts to watch him caster.
Yeah, I see Looney's in the chat as well. Head coach for the Minnesota ROKKR. What do you say? We misread a spawn, called it as bad, and they took advantage. Absolutely, Dan. It's Coach Dan right there. Shout out to Coach Dan.
Good eats. Make him run laps.
I'm going to hop into the listening here in the map number 1. It was a back and forth first rotation, first set of hills. It was a tie game going into the second set, and we got a little listen here from the Boston Breach. So let's tune in and see how the Boston Breach was sounding.
Substage, I'm trying to go top window, okay?
Still top stage?
Yeah,
still Suarez.
Yeah,
top stage, I'm one shot, 10 shot. Nice on all, guys. He could be in the goal, right? Yeah, Paul on all dead.
Stage car dead. Last guy's H1. You're gonna spawn behind us. One shot.
Could be through stands.
Could be caution. Could be behind us. Caution dead, bro. Alright, so behind us.
Yeah, nothing else.
I'm looking out of the
behind us. Yo, yeah, one of them. Hit him,
we can back. Ball mid. Two bus stairs. Two bus stairs, one time.
I'm more the error. I'm gonna go right. Let's just go on top. I'm gonna go on top. Hold on. Second. Yeah, he's moving. Charlie nated me. Last guy Nero.
I'm playing spawns. They're still gonna spawn in. I'm playing spawns. I'm taking a deep out.
Do a spawn in the back, right?
One could maybe.
I'm playing for the guy in the back.
H1
dead. Nero in the back.
I'm out front.
Nero, got one more.
Running this to Geo. All you guys all spawn in the back.
Still spawn over.
He's bossing me.
I'm up in this guy.
They're gonna be mid.
There's two and all, guys. Two and all.
I have to back P2. Let's go. Sure, no.
We go, that's true.
He's gonna go. I'm just sitting top window, bro. I'm sitting top window, okay?
P2.
I'm there top window. I'm blocking.
All right, I'm going to pause it there. Can't listen to the whole thing, but I think they sound good. One thing I want to say about the listening, Snoopy's talking way more this year than he did last year. And that's a fact, at least from what I'm hearing. I mean, I'm hearing small talk from Snoop, whether it's he said, challenge the stairs, challenge this with me. I'm hitting this, I'm blocking spawns, I'm doing it. He's actually communicating what he's doing, which I feel like last year we were kind of on his ass about his comms. Ben, I know you were on his ass about his comms. So it's cool to see that Snoopy's kind of adapting and getting better and trying to get more comfortable while, shooting and talking. Because it could be pretty difficult for a sub player who's in the zone, blacking out, he's in the mix a lot. Sometimes it's kind of hard for him to calm everything that they're doing, but I thought he's been doing a lot better there. But what did you guys think about the listening? Thought it was good?
I was gonna say the exact same thing you did, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that's kind of caught my eye through it is Snoop. Like Snoop's definitely sounded like he's been that guy in the comms, which is cool to hear. I heard all of them.
The listening sounded great, but I just wanted to point out that Purge essentially is what like that play that he made where he just like decided to like back up and like hold that position and not like hit hold. Is pretty much what started the Minnesota blender because they ended up keeping Minnesota spawning in that like low parking garage like area. Mm-hmm. And that's like the least favorable side of the map for the majority of hills. And they pretty much trade out. I think one guy spawned behind them, but they traded him out on the rotation, and then they pretty much just held from there. And they were able to collect basically.
You talking about the stage
hill? Yeah.
Well, that's what I have next, actually, Chris. I actually have the stage hill next because it's actually Cammy who goes big on the stage hill. If you actually look here, it was Nero who tries to make a pinch. He wins the fight on the pinch. So at this point, it's not looking good for Boston. Once Nero wins that fight, they're kind of getting swarmed here. They got to look at every direction. They're getting pinched from all angles. I thought this was going to be a break. And then as this kind of plays on, Paul X gets another kill on a Snoopy. Now it's a 4v2. And look at what Cammy does here. Look at how he's able to stay alive and find kills here. As a matter of fact, I don't even know how he's able to do it. He turns around, finds one. He finds one on his side, turns the corner, finds another one, pops a 2-piece. He's just buying time.
Wait, can you back it up?
Minnesota did they get stuck in mud?
Did they get triple stunned?
They just did the hard part.
Here, you guys, I'm gonna run it. You guys play. I'm gonna shut my blinds so Gizmo doesn't bark at squirrels.
These fools got quadruple stunned, I guess.
Sam, I would have been in that hill in there. I would have been moaning in that hill. What? Yeah. They just sat there? They got the first 2 kills and didn't move?
Purge gave them the row, and then they just got pinched from all sides.
Right here,
they did
everyone
sprinting. We are sprinting. Paul is dolphin diving into the hill. Like we are. Who 8 is Geo sprinting. Like we are not moving, baby. Cammy made a good play staying alive, getting 2, but like they just
Coach Looney would definitely. He's not liking that one.
You can leave Paul up there to cut spawners because obviously Hedge is a power spot, no auto aim, but I mean, Geo's got a sprint there for sure, bro. Last guy's in time, kill him. That's a guarantee. But they just fuck up.
Also, you can wallbang this entire hill, not necessarily just from like the sides of it. You can wallbang it from up here, like Wake was trying to do it. So that's just like a tip, I guess, or something to look out for because the whole bottom of the stage is wallbangable.
They let Boston get their own.
I wish there was comms for Minnesota there though. Like I would hope that somebody on the team was like, "Yo, we gotta go. We gotta hit the hill." Like I don't even think that was happening because everyone was just standing still.
Yeah.
You think they took too long there, Nub?
Oh yeah, they got stunned. Yeah, triple stunned, I think, from the heavens or something.
That side of the map they're on is also just bad. I mean, granted, they definitely should have ran at it, but they're so paranoid they're just gonna get shot in the side running across.
You got 2 kills, bro. Just, dying there isn't even that bad.
I'm dolphin diving off the steps in the stage.
yeah. Like, they definitely need to hit that faster.
Yeah, no, good plays from Cammy.
They did the hard part, and then they didn't capitalize.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Cammy went big. Good plays from Cammy. Then we head into the next clip here. This is the second P5. The reason why I wanted to bring up the second P5 is, for one, Minnesota ROKKR are here, right? They rotated early. They're here. They're set up. Boston is really good at these P5 hills. And Sam, I know you commented about it. Map. Yeah, I'm going to let it play out. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, if teams, I'm going to give Boston gas here because they've been playing this map really well. I think that teams, if they are bad at red card or don't like playing this map, is the way that Boston's played both of the red cards so far in the league, their P5s have been fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. So this is definitely something that I would be paying attention to if I was playing right now.
They do such a good job pinning them. They do such a good job pinning them in the back.
What do you want to see, Chris?
I wanted to see how like they ended up like maneuvering and pinching this because they are on both sides. So I kind of want to see the routes they took off old.
Somebody spawned
into the scenario.
Somebody ends up spawning in the back of
I'm assuming it's Purge because he's the one that's back there.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of it's kind of common sense that he spawns there because nobody was blocking. Yeah, that's a sticky spawn.
Yeah,
if you're not hard blocking this, they'll spawn there.
I think that might be what Dan was referring to in chat. He's saying that he didn't read that, so I don't know. They could have avoided that. Maybe played a little bit more and they could have played more exit kills and played definitively for a side off of old, or maybe they could have just forced that spawn and read it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean they turn around, but this is just what Boston does. When they get the kills. Like they get pushed up into this setup and they keep you pinned back there. Like they don't let you breathe, and they get full hill control here. They do a good job just cutting the map, like getting mid control. They always do a good job getting a sub player, whether it's Purge or Snoop, just getting pushed up on a hard point, just being a nuisance. So just great plays from Boston. I think their P5s have been great. We saw that yesterday as well. So just great job from Boston. They were able to close out this map 1 pretty comfortably. So just good job from them. Any thoughts on the map 1, guys? Any final thoughts on the map 1?
They better start vetoing this shit against them.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, for sure. Then we hop into the S&D. I'm taking us to the 3-3 round here. Now, this was actually a Ninja Defuse here. It was a 3v4 situation, but Boston was able to get the bomb down. So I thought it was a winnable round from them. You see Big Wake here, personally, I think Big Wake needs to chow this and trade this guy. I mean, he kind of just lets him here. I mean, you can see how this plays out. Like, you see Big Wake, right? He's to the left. He's about to jump up. Snoopy's here by himself. They slide the corner. Snoopy finds one. This guy gets tagged up, so he's weak. He's at 73 HP right now. Big Wake runs away. I would like to see him maybe just, hey, man, get some confidence in there, bro. He's tagged up. Hey, run Hall, slide the corner, and trade that. Trade this guy. Because then what ends up happening is Nero hops on the bomb. Big Wake goes to the P1 wallbang spot. He kills him off bomb, but it's too late. Nero gets the Ninja Defuse, and they end up losing this round. What did you guys think about that play right there? I thought this was winnable from Boston.
I think when Wake slid out and he didn't see Paul, he thought he missed him, and then he got shot at and panicked and ran away. So that's probably why he did. But I think that was their play. That was going to be their post plant. They were going to try to play for like mid map control and go for that wall bang. But once Snoopy died up top and Wake, basically was pinned up there in his eyes, they kind of just fucked it, and Nero just confidently hopped it because they had information. I think they had information on both Cam and Wake.
Mm-hmm. So, Cam got a kill.
Yeah, it was a good heads-up play from Nero, too, to hop the bomb. For Nero to just hop the bomb there, I mean, it was a good heads-up play from him. Great play from Nero, just sticking the bomb there, kind of catching him off guard. And then we get into the next round. We got the 3-4 round. And I just thought this was interesting from ROKKR. 3v3 situation. They get the bomb down A. Look at what they do after they get the bomb down A. They push forward. They push out this P2 area of the map. They run at them courtyard. Big Wake trying to get the trades. Snoopy's there, but ROKKR, they just do a good job winning the trades, and I just think they caught Boston off guard there. I don't think Boston expected ROKKR to run at them there. Have you guys ever seen a team do that yet? Just run straight after planting the bomb and take and kind of push out this side of the map? I feel like most people back up.
Call.
First time, but I think the reason they did is because they were all pinned on site, and they just had a feeling they were going to collapse on, because any good team would have been taking space on either up top above them or like pre-flanking them already. Mm-hmm. They kind of read the pressure wrong, but it didn't matter. They just ended up fucking winning all the trades anyways.
Yeah, so. I liked it. I liked it from ROKKR. It doesn't really matter what you're doing in COD. As long as you're doing it together, you're doing something as a team, if you're on the same page, that shit like this will work, right? So for ROKKR, just the decisiveness, even after Purge dies, sometimes that initial guy, once he dies, sometimes people will turn around. Big Wake, once Nero dies, sometimes these people will be scared, not chow, play kind of pussy, but not these guys. These guys just kept running to get the trades. And they end up winning the round. So just great plays from the Minnesota ROKKR there.
It's a good play.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I think if they even would have lost that round, you can't even be upset about it.
No, because they were doing something together.
That was their obvious play call mid-round. They all did it. And then you just got to kind of live or die on if you win the fights.
Yeah, and then we get into the end game here. We got the 4-5 round, and Minnesota ROKKR call game here. They pretty much just play top. They throw nades over. They have somebody jump top, top cat area. They got Paul over here, just looking over the map. Geo, he's up top with him. So they double up top, and then they have one guy late play flank and one guy under them, kind of playing through low. I like the play call from Minnesota. They switched it up. They challenged top mid, and they won all the fights. They caught Boston off guard. Good gunfight wins. I thought for a second here, Snoopy was going to try to make a play, get the 1v2, but good shots coming in from Minnesota.
I think they pre-naded piano.
They did.
I think there's a piano nade you can throw right off the rip.
There's one. There's two. They're horking nades right off the rip.
Yeah, so that was their entire play was to play through pool, bed, and instead of just going A, they just took all the fights mid. That was great. That was a great strat.
Great strat. Good strategy. I don't know who's making the play calls for ROKKR. I know Paul in the interview was talking about how all of them kind of talk and step up in different times when it comes to making play calls. So they don't really have a set IGL, but whoever made the call was a fantastic call. I liked it a lot. So good job to the Minnesota ROKKR. They're able to tie it up at 1. Any final thoughts on a search?
It looked like a pretty good search team, Tom.
Yeah, they
are.
got
good nades, bro.
Yeah,
I learned that firsthand in ranked play.
Oh, really? I only run into hackers, but if they can get some consistency in the respawn, they may be a little sleeper team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I agree. It's impressive that they're winning series while all negative. I mean, that to me that just shows that they're actually playing as a team, and just doing things as a unit, right? You don't
Coach
see
Looney right there, Tom.
It's Coach Dan, man. You got
Coach
Dan. Dan's keeping them on point, man.
Dan said we forfeited this next match.
Yeah, we wasn't gonna spend too much time
for this one. They kind of got cooked.
I wanted to show this first round just to highlight Boston spawn trap. I mean, the way that Boston was able to just kind of pin them back here for so long in this round. I mean, Boston, look how much time is left on the clock when Rokkrs finally able to get out of here. There's about 30 seconds left, and I just like how Boston just fill in all the lanes, whether it's right, left, mid. They got everything kind of cut off, and by the time ROKKR get out, there's less than 30 seconds to go, and they kind of just get blended here by the A site. Boston win all the fights here, and just a great first round from Boston. Just that spawn trap is really, really deadly if you can get it set up.
Yeah.
And I feel like at that point, I mean, Chris, I don't know if you agree with me on this, but if you're getting spawn trapped there, like you really can't go anywhere. You have to play for a kill off spawn. Like as soon as you spawn, you have to be ready for a fight.
You iron off spawn. Like it's pretty fucking bad. I mean, that's why people don't like control on protocol. It's the same thing. This map, you get a little bit more spacing, but overall, it's just it's a fuck fest, bro.
Yeah, and then we go into the offense round here from Boston, and one thing I love about them is just how they automatically switch their motive to B. They get all the kills. Look, 3 dead, 4 dead, right? They're on A right now. Look at their arrows. Look at the green arrows. Look at how they all operate here. They all get off A. They all collapse on B, except for Purge, who's pushing out that art. We've talked about that, right? Like getting pushed up, spawning them deep. And it was just a really good clinical offense from Boston. The fact that they were able to get this B point so early, I mean, pretty much solidified the round for them really, really, really quickly. So great place from them. Then they win the fights again, and they automatically collapse on A. And I mean, they get the A point not too much time after that. So good place from Boston. Made the offensive round on control super, super easy. Or they made it look easy. And I just really like the play, getting the kills going B. Sam, I know we've talked about that. Like some teams, right, if they're getting kills, like kind of focus B. It's a hard point to get. So just the fact that they sprinted off and just collapsed on B, I really like that a lot. So good job from Boston there as well. Any thoughts on the control? Because this was a bloodbath. Goes into a defense.
No, I have zero thoughts. Go next, bro. They got speed range.
Yeah, Boston shit on them in the control.
Shit on them.
It was bad, man. It was bad. Then I'm gonna fuck you, That's what I'm talking about. We hop into the P4 here. This is just I wanted to talk about this because yesterday we saw it with Minnesota when they got the kills, they didn't push out the back. And you see the arrow on the scoreboard. Actually, I have to rewind it a little bit. Sorry, but I went a little bit too far ahead. But it was actually Boston who was trying to make the play for this P4. And it was Cammy who do a good job here when they get the kills, just making sure they block these spawns in the back. You can see Big Wake doing it now. Like the kills go down, Big Wake pushes the back, and then look at where the spawns come in. If nobody gets pushed up back there, I mean, there could be an opportunity, right, where somebody spawns back there. If Big Wake doesn't back up there and block that, because it's sticky. Is it not pretty sticky back there?
Yeah,
or am I wrong on that?
If he would have kept pushing, yeah. For sure. Like if he would have just kept running towards line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because teams are doing that where they're over pushing or they think they're blocking, but they're not because you have to hard block it and then they spawn behind them and it kind of chalks them up. Now you can see the back spawn coming in, but at this point with 10 seconds left to go, Boston played this hill flawlessly here. So just wanted to highlight the play there from Big Wake just to block those spawns because we've seen teams fucking up that rotation. And then we hop into the P4 hill again on the next rotation. And again, it's the same thing. Remember yesterday when ROKKR got the kills pushing through Lion and they face smashed the front door and then the other team just spawned in the back? Same situation here for Boston, but look at what Cammy does. Cammy pushes through. He pushes through. He doesn't collapse on a door, and look at where everybody's spawning now. And even he has a player come with him as well. See how Purge comes with them? And they push through the back. I just like how they break through the back and block these spawns. Because again, yesterday we saw people getting kills coming through Lion, and they were just fucking head smashing Hill instead of actually playing for the spawns. Which only time I'd like a head smash is if there's like 15, 20 seconds left, 30 seconds left, right? But if there's still a lot of time on a hill, I mean, you definitely want to try and play for those back spawns and try and make something happen there. So just great plays from Cammy to just realize that they got some kills on the map and to get, just progress up the map, block those spawns. And then that brings us to the ending here, which was just fucking insane. I mean, the ending to this hard point was crazy. We talked about it yesterday. ROKKR was able to force this hard point to another P1, and they do the same thing again here. They just break to the front. We can rewind this. What do you think happened with Boston here?
Purge doesn't flood the back door and trade Geo, man. I went back and looked at it, and I was like, what happens here? And I think because Geo goes to pick up side door instead of trying to insta trade Geo, because I'm assuming he's weak, because I think Snoopy shoots at him a little bit before he dies. I think if Purge just runs him back toward trades right away, I think this could have potentially gone differently.
Can I also go back to see their like setup prior? Like I want to see how they came off of the old hill and like how they played the exits and what happened, because I think sometimes like those things could have definitely played a part into it, but like
they did a good job playing
here,
exits.
This should be over.
That's what I'm saying. It should be a full sweep here. And Snoopy comes off spawn. Does Snoopy flood hill here? Yeah, he ends up flooding hill.
Yeah, they just let him run out line.
I mean, Nero pretty much just wins. Like, that's not a
turtles.
It's because Wake died.
Well, right here is still fine, bro. If Purge just runs into the hill and trades Geo, they're still fine. He just gives Geo all the time in the world to stay alive in hill, and he gets a kill on him eventually through side door. Just back it up to when Purge spawns. If he just runs through and kills him after Snoopy dies, I think this is probably GG.
Yeah, you're saying right here, right? He spawns up here. He ends up hitting outer.
He just hits backdoor, trades Snoopy's death right here. This looks completely different.
Yeah.
Basic fundies.
Agreed. He ends up sliding in and dying as well, which is kind of tough. And then again, because ROKKR were able to push this to a P1, we can skim forward a little bit. You can see how they were able to hold on to this P1 hard point. They just get there early, able to hold some crossfires, and then they end up winning some fights. Definitely got a little scary here, but I love the pinch from Estriel here at the end. Ends up taking down his teammate, but just great heads-up play, being a nuisance. ROKKR able to clutch it up, and just stay disciplined, right? Like getting to that P1, playing tight, and just making sure you win your trades and win your fights. Good plays from the Minnesota ROKKR there to close it out. What do you guys think about the map 4? Final thoughts?
Crazy deja vu.
I mean, yeah, ROKKR clutched up, but I think Boston threw that shit away. Bad.
No, they did.
They definitely threw it away. They had to close it out on that P4. It's a money hill, and they just let it. It was just way too easy for Minnesota ROKKR to just kind of waltz in through the front. But any final thoughts there before we head into the last map, which in my opinion was fucking incredible. This last map was insane.
No, let's talk about this rewind.
We hop into the rewind S&D. We start things off here in the 2-0 round. Actually, I wanted to take a look here at Boston's post plant. So Boston, they get the bomb down. They're in a post plant situation here. You can kind of see how it collapses. Snoopy dies off bomb. Big Wake is able to get the trade. But then the collapse comes in for Minnesota ROKKR. Big 2v2. At this point, I feel like Boston now, they kind of gave up the site. So they kind of fucked themselves here. And now they try and make a play through mid. But because Minnesota have all the information, Paul X was able to push out, make the call to his teammate Purge. To his teammate Geo. And they were able to get the retake there. What did you think from Boston's setup there after the bomb goes down? Because they do a good job getting the bomb down. But they're going to have to work on their post plants.
I can see why people are favoring A. Because trying to play a post plant on this site feels almost damn near impossible unless you have like 2 trophies and a full setup. Like we've seen it so many times, the site giving up, not giving up. Like it's so hard to hold everything and like not get overwhelmed through whatever side that offense or defense ends up retaking. Mm-hmm. I see why people just go A. This feels fucking insane.
Yeah, because you can't like this guy number 8. It's so hard to push out unless you have nades, which you probably don't because you use them to clear your initial. Wait, Snoopy on an invisible ledge. It looked like he was on it, or maybe he was just jumping up.
Jumping up and down.
He was like floating there for a second when you paused. I was like, wait, is there something certain tech I don't know about? But yeah.
They kind of get swarmed there.
I think we grilled the team yesterday for like backing up, but like you guys see why, right? They're like people are backing up and doing all this weird shit because setting this area of the map is just so hard if you just stay there.
Mm-hmm. I like the reads too from Paul. It was a good retake from Minnesota, but I think Boston's gonna have to go back and work on their post plants because it just looks like they're kind of like discombobulated. Like they look confused after they get the bomb down. They look like they don't know what's going on. So
like you almost have to push through and just like kill A.
That's what I was saying yesterday.
Like you just have to kill Geo to like make the defense try to wrap you because if they don't, then you should win. But
yeah,
like just being forced to take that gunfight just seems like it's ass.
Why not instead of like I wish Cammy and I think it was Purge. It's like I mean I could be wrong, but early game it seems like the team on defense. They know that someone's watching the pinch at least. You know what I mean? Like someone's watching the full P2 flank, the Gen's flank. Why not late flank the fucking flank?
You
like,
could.
Oh my God, flank the flanker.
You get flank
like,
the flank.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, so you get to B, right? They obviously get info on Geo. So like Tammy's just licking it. He's just nub in his ass right now, watching the flank. Take a route.
Hit mid. We've already talked about it. We've already talked about it because since he has to watch like essentially this many pinches, there's too many pinches for him to watch like effectively. Where if he pushes through one, like he could get timing on the other.
That's
fine. I know what you're saying, but it's still another game of chance. Like either way, this is a game of chance. Him either waiting it out's a game of chance, or him taking a route's a game of chance. When ROKKR I think it was ROKKR that we grilled on this map for backing up and throwing away their setup. But I think the only other thing that people can do that we haven't seen anyone do yet is jump on top of the 18. Like if you get on top of the hood of this 18 wheeler, you can actually see into courtyard, and so that gives you like a pretty good head glitch and like a vantage point into court. So now you can challenge those players, if that makes sense, and bail yourself out of the site that way rather than like forcing a pinch.
It is risky though, jumping on top of it. I feel like people are going to be looking at that.
It is, but like we have yet to see anyone do it. So like that might be another avenue of escape that you can use. But no, I mean, we did talk about that yesterday where it's just there's so much shit. Like he can definitely push through and that might be a good play. But there's also a chance that somebody's flanking, he gets bad timing at the flank and either loses the fight or it leaves it completely exposed. So
well, I guess my point, Chris, and not necessarily Cammy, even though I said him or Purge. Well, like
somebody.
Purge is just sitting by the white, like the white fucking crate right there, trying to go. Like they're obviously calling out people courtyard. It's like, yeah, you could try and flank through Zig or L, whatever you call it. Bad timing, you get knifed, whatever. But in this situation, obviously, it's hindsight. Bro, he's getting a free kill in the back. Like sometimes that's a risk you have to take.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm not saying that it couldn't work. It's just either or. Like one's gonna work, one's not gonna work. It just depends on who you're playing, the timing. But
yeah.
It's just, we've seen.
I would have ran in there, got 180, at least got info.
At least tried. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Sam, he's weak.
Austin, he's weaker.
So then we hop into the 3-1 round, and this is just a great retake from the Minnesota ROKKR. Again, it's Boston that gets the plant down. They do the hard part. They get the A bomb down. They're all just kind of grouped up here in sight. Somebody dies across the map. It's Cammy. He takes a crazy chow. I don't even know if Cammy chowed it, but I would much rather Cammy just kind of like be sneaky over there, like kind of lurk, you know what I mean? Like hide, like maybe stay down in burger, like maybe not show yourself, and then kind of like you just said, like maybe hit a late flank or maybe catch some people, like some stragglers trying to hit through mid or something. I just didn't like that Cammy exposed himself and got picked.
He should have been the last person to expose himself. Like he could have just watched sidewalk from an off angle, called info to his team, and then as soon as they start to get pressured on like glass or gen or any of those areas, then he makes that play and like starts to run up the sidewalk or the burger side.
Yeah, because
he got team shot by Gio and Paul.
Yeah, once he dies, it's kind of chalked. Because now Purge is first forced to make a play here. Like Purge, his mid street's wide open. Like he starts tweaking. Then you have Snoopy in the site. He's spinning around tweaking. And at this point, I mean, you can see now Minnesota ROKKR, they have full control of the site. And it was Snoopy trying to make a play. Snoopy tries to make a play here. Paul with a great heads up play to turn around there and pick up Snoop.
Yeah, that read was insane.
That was a great read from Paul. I don't even know how he read that because his teammate was pushed out Gent side. So they kind of got bad timing there. So like, I feel like when you're looking at your mini map, like you're probably thinking like nobody can come from there because his teammate's there. But he reads it anyway. He turns around, picks up the kill on Snoop. Snoop definitely would have shot him off bomb there and probably finessed out of there. So just another big round.
Hurt him? Like
maybe.
Who was dead? Like that's still not fixed, right?
Maybe.
I don't think it's fixed. It's whoever's in spectator. Oh, by the way, this is how the glitch works, just for those people at home. The first person to die on your team in S&D has super ears in spectator.
Oh yeah, I think he did hear him. It looks like. Look, as soon as he hops the wall, look, Paul snaps. Look, Paul snaps and turns around. He might have heard him.
I think his teammate probably heard him, which is tragic. But
Mantle, you can hear without the spectator. So I'm pretty sure Paul, even if the other guy didn't hear him, Paul would have heard him, or Paul heard it, or heard it. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we get into the 3-3 round. This round was insane. It's a 1v3 situation for Paul X. Okay, he's currently in his car right now, right next to Purge behind the door. You can see him right here. Now, I think Purge is thinking that Paul is somewhere in the spawn in his car. So, hey, let's go push him out, right? Let's go find this guy and kill him. But as soon as he pushes out, his teammate dies by the car. So, boom, as soon as he picks out the door, his teammate goes down by the car. Paul gets a freebie onto Purge. And now it's a 1v1 situation between Paul X and Cammy, and Paul, again, just doing a great job reading the pressure, reads the route from Cammy, able to clutch the 1v3, and again, just a round from Boston that you just cannot throw away. I mean, we've seen how many rounds now? That's 3 rounds now, 2 retakes, and a 1v3 that Boston arguably should have won the round. So just, again, great heads-up play from Paul. What do you guys think? Unlucky, or do you think Purge shouldn't even be trying to attempt that? Do you think Purge should just be chilling?
I mean, that's just so.
It is unlucky. He could be anywhere.
He's thinking he's in the car and he has a freebie. So I see Purge's mindset. So like it was just like extremely unlucky there. Great plays from Paul. Good read, but
we see a lot of people play like they lie down in like P4 and call from there. So that's probably what he's playing for, like someone on the desk.
Yeah, but good plays from Paul. Clutches the 1v3. After he clutches that, now Minnesota now. I mean, that's a few rounds now that gone to Minnesota that probably shouldn't even have gone their way, but they clutch up, they ice up. We go into the 3-4 round and take a look at this. Minnesota ROKKR, they just fucking go crazy here. They throw some tax, trophy down. This is just a 4-on hit over to the B site, and they just work trades. They just big dick it. They run in there, trades go down, and Estriel finds one, finds two as he snaps onto the other one. Big two-piece there from Estriel. Just a great play. I didn't have anything to break down there, unless you guys saw something from Boston that they could have done better. But I thought this was just good work from Minnesota. Like
Cammy's in the super cruddy corner. That's a super risky corner. Like no info, just hope they don't check it. What if I like?
And you gotta, if you're gonna play that, I feel like you need a sub. Which Cammy, he has an AR out probably. Actually, maybe he has a sub out. I can't tell.
That's an ultimate cruddy corner.
I mean, if he's gonna play that, someone has to play the truck to like bait it out. Like if they know no one's back there, it's like that's an obvious corner.
Yeah. I agree. I feel like if you're gonna play there, like somebody should kind of just be close enough to him to where you can get like a crossfire or something. Then we get into the 4-5 round, and I just want to highlight Snoopy's plays here. I mean, these were just crazy plays from Snoop. Purge almost gets caught out in the middle of the map. Snoopy, he gets pushed up into Jen here, and take a look at the plays that he makes here. So you got Nero. He's kind of dipping around, doesn't know where these guys are. Snoopy able to find one and uses his mechanical skill to just use that movement, get out of there. Great plays from Snoop, and then he ends up retreating as well. So not only does he get the first blood, but he also gets the fuck up out of there. And now they can just use their numbers. Time is in their favor. Minnesota ROKKR trying to make plays through middle. Purge is going to make the play. And while Purge is hitting through, look at Snoopy right behind him. You see how they're running around together, just being a nuisance together. That's what it's all about. Teamwork makes the dream work. You see how Big Wake, he's going to pick up the pinch, and the trade comes in here with the last guy. Just great plays from Purge and Snoop. Just to get active in gens and just stay alive there was just really good plays from them. You can see Nero. Nero thought that somebody was in that corner. You could tell. He was kind of like playing for it. Like you could tell he was kind of looking at it, but he doesn't check it. And Snoopy just being a little ninja here. Great play from Snoop. Any thoughts there on that round, guys?
No, it was big that he got his car for the round 11, just like guaranteeing that advantage. That was like the biggest thing.
Which unfortunately ended up not helping them in the round 11 as we head over to the round 11 here. See what how it kind of goes down now. Early on, you got Nero making a play through Jen. You have Purge right next to him. It's a trade with the nades. Purge finds one with the Semtex, but Nero able to trade back with the frag, and it's instantly a 3v3. Yeah, I got you.
Because I actually love the initial strat. Because they get mid control and then eventually run away to ROKKR here. But I love just like the A blind counter here. I thought this was great.
Yeah, they play aggressive. Boston gets pushed up on a map. You can see they get all the book control. Do they back out of here? You like them backing out?
Full sprint out of this bitch. They said, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised they backed out. I wonder what the reasoning was to giving up the map.
Maybe they just didn't want to get tapped out.
They're just too ISO'd. Like they're not going to get help from any of their teammates, so they're relying on 2v4 essentially. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you can kind of see how it plays out. 3v3 situation. They give up the site now, so Minnesota ROKKR is able to get in there, get the bomb down. And they just get blended here. Boston tries to make a play in the pinch. They try doing something together, which you can't really fault them for that. But at this point, once Gio, which by the way, Gio creaking open the door and winning this fight is so big.
Insane timing.
Yeah, the door is closed. I don't know if he heard him or something, but he just cracks it open and is able to find one. So it's just good plays from him. And then Big Wake, he's by himself. He's trying to make a play. He ends up getting taken out. And this one's all she wrote. Paul X, 14-6 from Paul X. Crazy game from Paul.
Is Paul also peeking street? Maybe they just kind of guessed based on the fact they saw nobody put it away.
I really don't know if I liked that they just ran away though. So I was just still thinking about I don't hate on them backing up a little bit, but
why not just hold it if you're there already?
I think they wanted to make sure that they got the car off is the number one thing. Like they took all the space and I guess started tweaking that maybe they didn't want to get tacked out, and they also didn't want to die with the advantage of having a retake opportunity.
Then why don't you go take street and get burgers so you can watch it cross in?
Well, taking street, I mean, that's just a risk.
It's obviously a risk. What's the chances of there's three people there? Like at least shot with two and try and get someone across. You get a cross in a burger and you can watch that blue cross.
They're not going
8th.
They're not going 8th Street. Their best bets were either stay in there and try to work something together. But the reason they back out is because otherwise Cammy and Wake just can't help them at all. And if they get tacked out, like they're cooked. Like, I don't mind them backing out. I think
they have subs
like that
in the middle of the map. There's so many corners.
Though,
there's so many off angles.
I was gonna say I do like that they play together in the 3v3.
Yeah.
But like I just would have rather like maybe two of them play together and like slow work like this flank, and then maybe like somebody still like play around this site, throw some shoulders, like get some information. You gotta like distract them. You gotta distract them. Otherwise, they're just gonna like fly in there for free. Then they're just gonna hold.
Also, I just feel like the way that they played it though, and no matter which site Minnesota would try and go to or like whatever they did, they were screwed either way. They were all basically playing on an island. Like I would have rather them do what they did right there 20 seconds earlier before the bomb went down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also that corner Paul is in is like day one. Like cause people you can plant for that spot. So I mean I expect that to be checked more often than not.
Any final thoughts, guys, on the series before we move on?
Gritty game 5 round 11s. I'm sure Danny's completely fine with that.
Well, Dan probably
Coach Danny.
Not stressed at all.
Coach Danny.
Dan's
I think these were 2 great victories against 2 like kind of mid-ish teams from Minnesota. It's going to get way harder next week with Cloud9 and Thieves. If they get through that challenge and they're 3-1, or it's a gritty 2-2, I think I'll feel much better about this team. But we'll see if they come back down to earth after a week.
Battle the Aspen. Is that what you're saying?
No, I just think they were playing teams at or below their skill level, and now they're going to play teams that maybe are at or above. And so these next 2 matches, and then when they get back after the tournament, they play Toronto and FaZe that first weekend. Like I think it's going to be a real test next 5 matches. But if they can win, listen, they can win 2 of these, and they're 4 and 3, and like they get in the winners bracket with a decent seed. Like that'd be a huge coup for them.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next series of the day. We got the Vancouver Surge going up against the Toronto Ultra. This was another series that goes all the way down to a map number 5 where Toronto was able to close it out in the round 11. So it goes all the way down to the wire. Scroll down here and take a look at the stat sheet. Everybody negative from Surge except for Hixie, who had a 1.13. And on the other side, everybody positive. Joe had a 0.99, whatever. He's basically positive. He's or even. So everybody pulling weight from Toronto Ultra. Match MVP. Going to Beans. I mean, this guy has been unbelievable. Chris, I know you've been gassing up Beans a lot because this guy's just a shooter. And just to see him playing with the confidence that he's playing at right now, I mean, if these guys can keep it up, I mean, these Toronto cats are looking good. I expected this to be a close series as well because I think Surge on paper has a great roster as well. So I expected this to go all the way down to the wire, and it definitely did. Duarte, we'll start with you. What did you think about the series?
I do like Toronto's S&D. Their S&D has been really good. Jamie Insight continues to be an absolute terror in S&D. This guy's like patience in search is just really good. Like he's just constantly making good plays and just smart reads. So he's been a catalyst to the success in that game mode still. As far as the respawns on the Vancouver end, I'm actually surprised with Hixie, pleasantly surprised, because I think that guy got a lot of flack for when he did play with Toronto, I think in Modern Warfare 2, and people said that, yeah, you can't get kills, blah, blah, blah. But he had a good performance today. He was playing really good. He was slaying too. So it was good to see from that front. I mean, all these teams that we've watched so far, barring Vegas, but obviously because they've kind of been under practice and all that stuff, they've all been pretty competitive with each other. So yeah, I'm pretty hype about it. It's been a good watch so far this weekend.
What about you, Sam? What you think about the series?
On the Vancouver side, I'm just going to echo Chris. I think pleasantly surprised in the respawn or the way they started the series. And on the opposite coin, Toronto's been fucking terrible. The first maps of these last 2 series, they got slammed by FaZe and slammed by Seattle. Or Vancouver, sorry. So that's a little worrisome for them. I think thankfully they have good search because could be 0-2. But yeah, being down 0-1 the way that they have been is a little worrying, but the search and destroy has been super impressive for them. And I think that everyone's pretty high on Toronto preseason, and I think that they are actually performing up to expectation. I think they've been great. Yeah, I mean,
Tissue's an issue for sure.
Real quick, one piece of context, Sam. They were Team B in both those series, FY. So they did not pick map 1. They did pick map 4.
I mean, even if you're not picking the map, you can't be getting blown out the way they've
been.
No,
100%, but it's not their map pick. So I just want to give that context. Like, you know,
maybe they're uncomfortable on it.
I think that is important, just color, because you don't really know what maps are strong. And like if another team is like, oh, great, well, you know, they don't know we picked our best shit map 1. Like, we just don't know that yet with some of these squads. But I agree with you. They're 50-50 in hardpoint right now. But the S&D grit is really important, especially when you want to force upsets against the top team, which you did against FaZe. Like, I think if you're a Toronto fan, this is a great weekend, honestly, for your guys.
It's the best case scenario. Great FaZe win and a good game 5.
Toronto looks good, man.
Hey, what'd you think, Nub? What'd you think of the series?
I mean, it's early, Tom.
It is early.
I mean, it's early, but Toronto may be a top 3 team in the game.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I think if they're
really
consistent, we'll see how consistent they are throughout the year.
It is early, but for the time being, I like the way that their roster is constructed. You know, they bounce back now, back-to-back series that they're going on 0-1, which obviously, like Sam said, you don't want that to happen, but that shows grit. And I don't know, dude. There's just something about the vibe. I feel like this is a big year for, I mean, quite literally everyone on Toronto. So yeah. I'm high on them. Vancouver, I mean, you know how I feel about the Surge. Only seen 1 series, 2 vaults they win. I don't know who like their leader is on that team. And
Surge, yeah, I don't know.
I just feel like, I mean, vaults in my eyes is the most straight up map.
I can see Abuza maybe. You think maybe Abuza's that guy?
I think it's just like a team thing. They're just all like,
yeah,
it's probably.
Like, I don't know. They just they're when you look at their roster, to me, I just see straight rogue.
No,
I disagree.
I don't know. I like their team comp too.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I want to like their comp. I got Abuza on my fantasy team.
I like their team comp. I'm worried.
I just don't think they're gonna have any structure.
I'm worried the same thing with the team last year, that this is not a good map 3 team.
Oh,
and like,
yeah, I mean,
like they're gonna have some good hardpoint maps. They're gonna be a hard out in S&D, but I think the swing game mode is gonna be a problem for them all season. Like,
they just slammed Toronto in the control.
Yeah, and that's the only map we're gonna see. So if they're winning
the only shit
I don't
we
know what
got.
Ben was saying with that. To be honest,
I mean, then the flip side of it is like, you know, this is a weird series where how often we see a Boozer drop 100 deaths.
I mean, that's fine. I don't.
Especially
listen, bro,
at the end of the year.
They played Toronto. This team, Toronto is like a team that's expected to be better than them. They played well. My only question on this roster was, is Hixie going to be able to get kills? He answered that question. They played a close series with Toronto. If they start to trend downwards after this loss to Toronto and they start losing to other teams that are in their caliber or expected to be in their caliber, then maybe we can start having some more conversations like this. But like, this is fine. This is a good showing out of them. This was a strong showing so far. They just beat it. They almost beat a team that just came off a FaZe win and is expected to be better than them with literally multiple champions.
They have to.
Abuza didn't have a strong series, but at the same time, like, this is a fine match.
We talked about this on Scrap Time. They have a very difficult Major 4 and Major 2 set. This stage, the remaining matches they have are Miami, Optic, Boston, Vegas, Carolina, and Minnesota. Like, this is ideally their hardest or second hardest match in this stage. I didn't think they played too bad, map. But they got it. Like, they play Miami tomorrow. Like, they got to look. If they look fine against Miami, I'll feel great. If they lose that one to Miami, then I'm gonna be a little bit iffy going to the Optic match. You might start 0-3 here.
Well, yeah, we already said. I just told you if they start losing to teams in their caliber and like we can see into inconsistencies in their gameplay, then yeah, sure, we can have these conversations. But for now, I'm quite happy with it. Hixie played well. That was my only question so far. And hopefully the rest of the team can pick it up. Even if Abuza did have like 100 deaths and his KD was kind of like negative, he had the most damage on his roster, so he was contributing and he was aggressive and like they played fine, man. I just want to see what we obviously need to see them get some wins on the board going forward, especially against teams in their caliber.
Yeah, just could have easily won this shit. We'd be praising a game 5 round 11 winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
I wasn't saying I wasn't hating on their series. I just think this team, in my eyes, like, well, we've only seen them play 1 series, obviously, right now. So them going game 5 on 2 vault hardpoint, and obviously the only control map we have. I'm saying those are more straight up maps.
Can I phrase it this way?
To where I think they may not play as fundamentally correct as other teams.
Here's how I would phrase it. I see Toronto Ultra as a team that is real, and we already saw it, upset potential against top teams. And then they can go to an event and make a final. I still have no confidence as a Vancouver team like last year. Yeah, they can beat up on people around their level and make it to Sunday, but they're getting double rounded. Like
bro,
it's
we
just
are. Why are we? We are.
I'm not going that far. I'm not going that far into the year.
Tweaking right now.
I don't think what I said was wrong.
They could have won the round 11, and we would be sitting here praising them for beating the team that just beat FaZe. Can we lock in?
You want to talk about?
If we want to crash out, bro.
If we want to cook something, if we want to cook Seattle, we can fast forward to the round 11 because they threw that shit away. Nasty trolled his fucking. Anyways, Tom, get to the clips, bro. We're hating for no
Seattle
reason.
played a great series. I'm not sitting here and cooking their roster construction and whatever, bro. They played today. They played a fucking great series.
I'm just telling you how it is, man. I'll tell it how I see it.
I was worried about Hicksy as well. He played out of his fucking mind today. They played a great series. If they won the round 11, we'd be praising them.
Also, when it comes to straight up maps and shit like that, bro, there's only maybe one map right now that is not like straight up. And that's probably fucking red card. Everything else is like damn near a floodfest on most hills. Maybe you can make the argument on rewind for like 2 hills where you definitely need to like go around and get some spawns. But outside of that, bro, we are playing bang out matches or bang out maps. Like that is this game.
Just to get to the clips here, I wanted to highlight this P2 from Surge. They get a full 60 on this P2 hardpoint. I feel like you don't see a full 60 on this P2 a lot. The way that they play this is perfect. Like they get all the kills front, they flip them to the back. And again, they know that they spawn here, so they get all the kills. And look at what number 1 does, 0-4. He pushes all the way out front, and while that's happening, you have 2 and 3, just making sure nobody's spawning in the back. Look at how far Toronto Ultra's spawning out here. If you're spawning out front on a P2 hill like this, and you got 0-4 pushed up in a credit corner, I mean, this is raps. This is probably the perfect setup.
Yeah, if you remember the Gentlemate series from the beginning of yesterday, like this is what it should have looked like when they ended up flipping ROKKR back out. We were criticizing for like when Linz pushed up and they didn't block. Like this is what it should have looked.
Then
like.
they flip it, Sam. Look, and then with 50 seconds, they get
the kills, then they move. Like this is literally perfect.
It's perfect.
So that was great by them.
And then Nasty pushes through, wins the 1v1. I would have liked to see maybe Nasty try and get into art there after he wins the 1. He kind of cuts back the line.
I think he might have been shocked.
He might have been shocked, maybe. But yeah, it was just a really, really good P2 hill from Seattle. I mean, Vancouver. They were able to get a lot of time there, which you don't see often. Just a great setup. If you guys want to try and set that up in rank play with your boys, wanted to highlight that. And then I wanted to get to the ending of the game here because look at the scoreboard now. All right, Ultra have good spawns here for P2. It's just what they do next that I just don't know if I agree with. They end up flipping here. And I don't know if they over pushed or what or how it ended up happening. I'm just going to kind of let the P1 play out a little bit just so you guys can see how it played out. But everybody from Ultra just off their spawn just keeps running forward over and over and over again. And I think this is where the flip comes in. Nobody's really hard blocking. Everybody's pushing. And I think everybody just dies. 0-4 finds 1. Hicksy finds 1. Nasty finds 1. Kleenex is last one up. And now look at where the spawns come in. I mean, with 18 seconds left, I just don't know if I want them all pushing like that. Like, I feel like somebody has to take the discipline and just, like, kind of hold for the squad to make sure that this doesn't happen.
Where they died.
To be fair, I don't think it's a product of them. Like, them pushing is fine. They just got shit on. Like, if they would have maybe got, like, got 1 or 2 kills on that, and even if they failed to collapse on the hill, they wouldn't have flipped. But the fact that they went 3 dead without a single kill, that even if number 7 plays his life, like they're spawning out. Like there's just too much pressure. They just need to get some kills. Them pushing is fine. They just need to win their ones because initially Hicksy pooped on them even before that.
Yeah.
Like
I'll even say too, even Surge just to be active on the map, like that, just to actively push, like they don't hesitate. Like as soon as they get 3 dead, you can see their arrows swarming forward. I just think it was a good heads up play from them as well to win the fights. You know, work together, make sure you win your ones, get the kills, and then push through and flip. I thought right here, Toronto might have been able to bring it back with the P2 spawns, but after the flip came in, it was chalked. The listening as well. I mean, Ultra sounded very, very frustrated during the listening.
They did sound a little pissed.
They were pissed in the listening.
On that P1 hill, do you guys not think it's kind of like it kind of goes to the same ideology that Chris was saying with control? Like, I think they're trolling by sending people cat and pool. Like, I think it's almost better to just
hold the cat push through and you flood everything else.
And challenge mid.
You just flood straight in and closed. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
they spread themselves so thin right there.
Yeah,
they could have just
spread
straight
out.
up ran into that motherfucking hill.
You have one guy who's pushing you have one guy who pushed through pool. One guy pushed through pool. One guy pushed connector. They're on opposite sides of the map. One guy's holding catwalk. Like none of them are together here.
They're all in one.
Number 5 and number 8 are essentially working together, but they get red and they get cut off. But
I disagree in this instance. I think that because 3 of them groups Cat, I think who was it, Joe? Like he has to play the weak side of the map. Joe can't die here. Like if Toronto's gonna do what they're doing, playing Cat, playing through pool, Joe has to recognize that if he dies, they flip.
yeah, he's a safety point.
Like he needs to spawn and put his controller down, because if Toronto's gonna try to retake mid control, like play exits off, get mid, like force spawn them further across, back in like P4. If Joe lives here, like plays for this push through to make sure that one, like he could have just held this and like caught one sprinting. You know,
Yeah.
He's an anchor. He's anchoring.
He has to recognize he's the weak side of the map. If he dies, they flip, and I think that's where the fuck up comes in.
But
I think they
my
can play pool there.
My point, if you even rewind it, you don't have to, but Joe did it. He went catwalk instead of just making it a straight up 2v2 on the hill.
Yeah, right here.
And it right here, like, and then his like the timing is off. He obviously is just jumping out, looking for them. Like, make Cat useless. It's like catwalk is not that good.
You know, it's good to hold the push on it, but outside of that, like it's almost unnecessary to
like
activate
look
on
over
it.
mid. It's kind of
also
you can kill the guy's
number,
top cat too from mid, like just standing on the desk and shit. Like you can get good ings on it.
Also, number 1 made a good ass play when he cuts off number 6 prior to this. Like he ends up like pushing out that closed area, and number 6 gets caught with his pants down. He wins that fight. That relieves all pressure from like anything else, and it's just over. If number 6 makes that play and gets through for free, like they potentially collapse on this hill. But he made a good read, so good shit on 04 there to pick that up.
Good place on the Surge. They end up closing out the map 1. Then we head into the S&D. We have a red card Surge. I'm taking us to the 2-2 round. Just because of the retake here, the bomb goes down A here. And again, after the bomb goes down, right, 3v3 situation, bomb goes down for the Surge. They end up backing up here and kind of giving up the site rather than staying pushed up on it. And maybe that's because Hixie's teammates were playing back, so maybe Hixie felt the need to kind of back off of it. But I just don't like teams giving up the site when they get the bomb down. Because then it just leads to something like this, where the team's going to waltz onto site, realize nobody's here, and then they just hop on and look over them, which is exactly what happens. Joe Deceives recognizes what's going on. He hops the site. Beans looks over him. And then by the time 04 makes a play, it's just too late. The bomb's already defused, and the round goes to Toronto. So me personally, bomb goes down there. I would probably challenge. I would probably stay up on site. Maybe just play corners on site and have people look over you and just try and work some kills there, just so they can't get control like this and just ninja defuse you like that. What do you guys think? You guys agree with me there?
Yeah. I think it also depends on where Charlie plants the bomb as well, because if his teammates are going to be pushed back there, the angle in which he planted the bomb, they have to kind of overextend to even check it from how far away they are. I think if he planted more to the left, which he could have died from their spawn, so I get why he didn't. Yeah. That's another thing, but yeah, I think if he stayed on bomb, like try to play his life for at least a couple seconds to just maybe get one, get lost kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, Surge just looked like they were like a deer in headlights there. They just backed up and they just kind of like blacked out. So just wanted to highlight that. Thought it was a little bit of a misplay there from the Surge. Then we get into the 3-3 round here. Big round here. I just want to highlight Kleenex's play. I mean, this was a straight out B hit from both sides. It was a blind counter as well on the defensive side, but take a look at what Kleenex does here. You got Hixie finding 2, but Kleenex able to get pushed up, finds a couple kills there, makes it a 2v1 situation. Last guy up is going to be Abuza, and Abuza tries to make the play. Kleenex finds a big 3-piece there. It's my fantasy player right there, going absolutely nuts. Just a great 3-piece there from Kleenex. Not really anything wrong that I saw. I just thought it was a great play. It was a big swing round there. And then we get into the 3-4 round. Kleenex again, 2v2 situation. He gets pushed up into a corner. He had to have snapped here, and his centering must have been crazy because he wasn't looking there. You could see he definitely played off the hip there, right, and snapped onto him. He definitely hit a crazy shot there.
Shots.
That's great shots. Off the hip, snaps onto Abuza in the 2v2, makes it a 2v1 situation, and now you have Insight and Kleenex, 2 of the clutchest players in the game, just holding the site, holding corners on site. Nasty can't really do nothing. And I like the discipline here from Kleenex and the boys. They shimmy, wait for him to chow, and the trades come in. Great plays from Kleenex there. Again, just the last 2 rounds, I thought Kleenex was a big part of it. So Good plays there. Anything you saw there, guys, that you thought they could have done differently? I mean, they were a little separated there in the 2v2, but I thought it was just good plays from CleanX. Good shots.
CleanX takeover, bro. Tissue's the issue, Tomas.
Yeah,
Looking like you out there.
Yeah, he's a problem. He's a fucking problem on a map, man. This guy's an animal. Then we hop into the 3-5 round. And again, we're headed over to that B bomb site. Insight was able to find the first blood here. And just kind of hold them here. And then I like the play from Joe, right? This is what I want to see more. Like if teams are going to stack sites and shit, like I want people taking routes initially, like fast, right? Like at 30 seconds into the round, you already have Joe pinching them, throwing shots into to their backs. He was able to find a big 3-piece there, and just great heads up play there from Joe to just get active on the map, realize where everybody's at, use that information to know where the gaps are, and just make the play. So great plays from Joe. You can see number 3 was Nasty, who was watching a pinch, but Joe finds a good timing. He was able to get around him and win the fights here. That's going to do it for the map, too. It's Ultra. They're pretty comfortable here. What a 6-3W. What did you guys think? Any final thoughts on the map, too?
I love their search, man.
They're good. They're good at search.
Joe is so selfless in search. I don't think he had a first blood today, but just like the way that he plays with Toby and like the way that Jamie just anchors most of the rounds for them, like their search is looking really fucking.
They were throwing back shots. No,
Joe DeCease was throwing back shots. Is that what I heard?
He was putting some back shots. Nub.
How crazy is it that CleanX has somebody that baits for him because he's just so fast? Like how the fuck is someone outpacing you?
I love that duo.
All I'll say is Team B, they picked us twice. Let's see if teams now next week maybe play them on something else or get this map out of here.
Mm-hmm. And then we get into the control. It was all defensive wins in a control until the 4th round, and it's a 5v4 situation here. So basically an S&D, but Vancouver, they do have the numbers. They're up 1 right now with 14 seconds left to go. I don't know kind of what happened here or what they should have done, but 04 makes a good play. He's able to find one. Gets a little scary through the front when the kills go down, and now it's a 3v2 situation, basically a 2v2 because the guy's spawning out. You can see the play being made as a boozer. He's able to find one with that car. The blow up, they get blown up. CleanX tries to make a play. He goes down. I thought it was great plays from Vancouver, but I wanted to pick you guys' brain on the Toronto side. Is there anything you guys think that they could have done better here?
Back it up like
04 class switch is so tippy.
Yeah, it's the class switch. How did he
did he up a gun on the ground? I'm pretty sure.
He found one on the ground. I was gonna say, how the fuck did he?
I think it goes back to what Chris said.
Did he find one on the ground?
He switched classes.
Wait, how did he swap?
How did he swap? How long
can you swap classes?
I don't know.
But he did it.
Look, he comes off spawn pool. Look, he runs up cat, still running up cat, still
I guess
going.
he did swap classes. What the fuck?
Damn, what the fuck? You can switch as long as you don't shoot, they're saying in the chat. Or Magic is saying in the chat.
That's insane.
What?
Yo, look at 04, bro.
04, man.
That's a hard-ass kill if he doesn't switch right there.
Wait, I'm not going to lie. That is kind of fugazi.
Yeah.
Not saying it would have changed this round.
So
They end up losing the series anyways, but like that is insane that you can.
That's good. That's good tech. That's good tech.
It's good tech, but let's also back up. So I know that there was some trades that went down back left, and they weren't necessarily anyone up there. But like, how did 04 slide across there and not get seen?
I don't think Toby's just timing.
CleanX is throwing. CleanX is looking at Lion. They're both number 8 and number 6 are both looking at Lion. That's literally why.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
What I don't understand though, and I think maybe teams will start doing it, or I'm just being a Zahid boss right now. Like doing what Chris said. Toronto. Why doesn't Toronto just try and split the map? Like draw a line literally straight from top art to what is it, trophy, or people call it useless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's called ammo.
You know what I mean? Like you can get into like that close. Oh my bad, ammo, whatever. Like into the close hall right now where Booz is at.
They don't have time
just
though.
let them OE through pool.
Yeah,
like
they
and you can get
though.
Info.
Right now they don't have time.
What?
No. What Nub is saying is
like
even like Insight running out statue, like they don't even need to do that. Like they could just kind of. You're saying just have them play around art and just cut the map and just kind of hold it.
But also, if you rewind it again.
I know what you mean. He thinks he has this. You think they have the space, so you want number 5 to just start sprinting up the street. I think it's just because they're in a 4v5 situation. Like number 5 doesn't want to just run up and die. Like if they're like coming off spawn and wrapping that like area.
I get that to a certain degree. I just because I agree with what you said earlier. I think I just haven't seen any team really do that at all. And I can't figure out why.
I know what you mean.
Because if you play it like this, they're playing on their heels like. There's so much timing involved in like an opening. Just
Yeah.
This round really just came down to the miscommunication between number 8 and number 6. Like if number 8 was either watching over this player on the van, he doesn't get ran at. If number 6 is maybe not watching line, let's insight pick it up off spawn from the statue. They might have killed 04. Like 04 just hits like the best timing possible to find an opening. And then number 5 that's on the van, he gets ISO'd just in transition before Toby can help him. And then the trade fest goes in the favor of Seattle.
Can't believe he was able to swap his class.
Then we hop into the map 4, which I'll be honest, guys, I didn't have many notes on the map 4. This was a blowout. I mean, Kleenex just had a fucking field day on the map 4. He was insane. I mean, you can see it on the scoreboard now. He starts off hot, but this is kind of where Toronto really ran away with it early. They got a big hold on P3, and it's the way that they transition from P3 to P4, which in my opinion is the money hill. That P4 hill is very, very difficult to break. We talked about that yesterday. But it's just the way Toronto plays tight. They get all this time. They let Vancouver come to them. And as soon as they get the fights, they instantly just book it down into that P4. And they're able to change some hills. And I'll just kind of let it play out so you can see how it kind of develops here. But Vancouver, they do a good job. They get close. They're able to win some fights. But because Toronto locked down those spawns, they're not really able to get a lot of time here. And then boom, right there, 18 seconds left, right? They get the 4 dead. And they're already hitting down there. They're already getting low. Joe's here early. And Joe finds 3 here. He finds 1. Finds 2, jumps the wall, finds 3, and this is where Toronto start really putting Vancouver in the blender here. Just good chain, just a good hill chain there. I don't know if you guys thought Vancouver should have chalked it earlier and just got here earlier. Do you think they kind of trolled by pushing old, or maybe not all of them should push old?
Someone should have took a route, Tom.
Yeah, maybe like one or two people.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, this was a money hill, so rotating to it early is definitely important.
Because now you can see how this plays out. I mean, I'll even skim through it. Like, Toronto got most of this time, and you can see now going into the second rotation, they're up over 100 points now, going back to a P1. So just really, really good heads-up play from Toronto. I think, what was the ending of this map? What was the score at the ending of this one? This one ended at 250 to 149. So it's a complete blowout. I think just the rip of that game, and you could really lose hard points in the first 3 minutes. If you let teams chain like that and go up 100 early, at that point, all Toronto needs to do is just stay disciplined, and they'll close out the map. So great plays from Kleenex. Great plays from Toronto as a whole. I think Toby went 28 and 18 on that 4th map. Beans 27 and 18. So just a great map from them. Any thoughts on the map 4? I mean, I thought it was a slammage.
Masterclass. Masterclass.
Clinical.
And then we get to the last map, which is a Protocol S&D. We hop into the 2-3 round. We get a big clutch here from Abuza. You got Hicksy, who's able to find 1. Bomb goes down for Vancouver. And again, we see these B plants more often now, which I love seeing, because it changes up the map a little bit. It adds just a little bit more layers to the map. They're able to get the B bomb down, 3v3 situation. Hicksy's able to level the playing field. Toronto aren't able to find the trades. And it's the play that Abuza makes. Take a look at Abuza. I don't know how he was able to stay alive here. They do not find him here. I mean, he's just laying down behind the box here. They don't know where the hell he's at.
Can you, like, back it up to, I don't know, like 30 seconds when the bomb's down? Does he ever, like, get seen or shoot?
No,
or is he
I
just
don't think so.
Time?
He's basically playing, like, P1 area, like outskirts of P1.
Super cruddy, bro.
Bomb goes down B. You can see him and Nasty are trying to pick up pinches right now, like making sure nobody flanks. But as soon as the bomb goes down, Abuza makes the play. He gets pushed up on the steps. It's pushed up into
he just never shoots and never gets seen. That's insane.
Yep, nobody ever saw him.
The supine prone thing is actually so. It's not like obviously it's in the game. It's cheese. It's funny as fuck because like normally in old CODs, if you were prone there, like you can't watch your back, but like you don't see it right now. But he's watching his back. You know what I'm saying?
I love the patience from him too. I got a little scared for a second. I thought he was about to defuse the bomb, but Abuza waits to the last second to make sure they have no chance to get back on that bomb after he shoots him off of it. So great plays from Abuza there. Great heads of play, able to get the clutch there and tie the game up at 3 there. Then we move on to the next round. I wanted to go to the 3-4 round here. This round was a big round just because it was a big surge offense here, and this is kind of more default. This is what we're used to seeing. They end up just head smashing down into A. You can see all of them. It's 3 guys that go bottom A. You got 1 guy who's kind of playing the late flank, making sure nobody pinches. Now he ends up flooding eventually. Nasty ends up hitting it with him. You can see how they just kind of bully their way into this site. I like it, right? Just using your numbers, find an entry, get into the site, and just hold it. That's exactly what they do. It was just a little weird what happens next. So bomb goes down. Serge gets it. What would you do if you're Toronto Ultra to break into the site? I mean, at this point, I feel like you just got to try and do something together. would you try and split and send people around, or do you think you should hit something just one spot, like everybody just hit one lane? I mean, what would you guys do here?
You definitely should have one person split, but I think the other two just need to go big door. And again, you just have to like slide in and kind of like get underneath the computers and then make it so they either overextend or they have to worry about you. And then that's when you can like hit spiral. Zip is dog shit. Spiral will always be the best
Zip
option,
is just
by the way.
like asking to die, flying down Zip, bro.
Zip is dog shit. You have to go down spiral and hit big door to retake this. Zip is like one of those things that you maybe do if you have like an extra man on the map. Like if you're doing a 4v4 retake, then maybe it's good to like have one guy go down there to distract. But spiral is easily the best place because you distract two players like easily every time, right? You distract the player that's watching spiral, but you also make it so the guy Zip has to be paranoid of watching it in case the spiral player dies. So
yeah. And then the same thing, we go to the 4-4 round, and it's the same exact thing. Right now Ultra's doing it back to them. They're trying to do exactly what Vancouver just did, and that's just getting aggressive on the site. But 0-4, they do such a good job of slowing down Toronto. But the only problem is they give it up. Like 0-4 stays down, he's looking for help, and then Abuz is there late, and they get traded.
Oh, I would have been pissed.
I think here you gotta hold it. Just hold it. Like don't let him out. Like do not let him out. Like even if you're weak, like I think 0-4 could have went to his left here and just like held the cross. You know,
jump back over the wall.
Yeah, jump back over the wall and just hold the cross. I see what he was trying to do. He was just trying to stay alive and buy time for Abuza.
But fuck that shit. I'm throwing a one pump in there. Easy kill. That's a freebie.
Yeah, or that, or you throw a pump.
I respect the honor here of 0-4, but I would have thrown one little, snake
he could have threw a pump.
There.
He could have threw a pump. I mean, they're allowed 2 pumps, right? So he could have stood back up and pop up glitched him and just got the kill there. But just great retakes from Beans and Kleenex. I don't know how the hell they were able to get out of there. They were stunned, naded, they were trapped in corners. And they were able to turn a sticky situation into a 2 versus 1. So just great heads-up play coming in from these guys. Nasty, you can see trying to make the play here, but he finds Kleenex. Perfect. 12 seconds left on the clock, just not enough time. Bean's doing a good job just throwing some shimmies, making sure they can't do nothing. So back-to-back A hits here, just flooding down low. And then we get into the 4-5 round. This is just a surge, again, going towards that B bomb site. They hit it fast, too. They just run out of mid. They run out of mid. It's kind of a little bit of a blind counter here since Toronto probably expected an A hit. That's what most teams do. They get the bomb down instantly, which I love. And then after they get the bomb down, again, it's kind of like the round where Abuza clutched, right? It looks very similar. Like they're kind of spread out. You got a couple guys watching the pinch. Seems like Vancouver goes to this strat a lot, huh? Fucking rushing B and then playing like late planks and shit.
It's smart.
Favoring B.
I'm going to go ahead and say Hixie is making Doug Sensormore proud, bro. He ends this map with 5 bomb plants.
Absolutely. It's good work from Hixie. It's good objective work. I mean, once you're in a situation here and the bomb's down and they're helicopter and steps, I actually thought they could have won this. If Hixie doesn't win that fight, I thought it could have got a little scary.
That was a nice cred. That was a nice cred.
Yeah, great cred from Hixie.
It is weird.
Like on defense, like you really kind of got your hands tied behind your back. I feel like.
Yeah, then we get
both bombs are so separated. There's like no quick transition. Like you are ISO'd if they hit a site every time.
We get into
you actually got to do what Sam said.
We get the round 11 here, 3v3 situation. Bomb goes down for Vancouver. Don't know what happened here. I guess,
my scam!
Yeah,
you see that shit?
Yeah, he scammed.
I don't hops up and dies.
Nasty. What a big mistake there.
You got auto man on?
I don't know if he auto mantled or if he did it on purpose. I think he did it on purpose.
He was trying to get on top of that.
That camera angle is so funny. He just gets shredded. It just fucking falls back. Definitely a misplay, I think, from Nasty. I think it was a troll. I don't know if he meant to do it. It could have been, maybe he was trying to jump peek and he
and they had a car if he didn't die, bro.
Yeah, he had a car as well.
They win this if you don't die. There's no way.
100%.
I think this game was decided in that 4v4 zip round when 0-4 died. I think that was this entire map. If Toronto wins that, or if Seattle wins that round, they get that offense. I don't know. This is completely different.
Honestly, yeah.
Wait, but that round, where was 0-4's teammates?
They were both top.
Because it's hard to tell the mini map.
Yeah, they were both top. In
they were coming from Spiral. They were up top. Yeah. Abuza was coming down Spiral. Abuza didn't get there in time. But good job.
That's where this map changed.
Good job to Toronto Ultra. They take advantage of the mistakes and they're able to close it out. They close it out. They win the round 11. They start off 2-0 in the season. I think it was a good showing from Surge. Thought they looked good. Just wasn't able to close it out there. Just one too many mistakes. Any final thoughts, guys, before we head into the last series of the day, which I'll be honest, won't be a long one. It's a quick one. Both hard points was a disaster. It was a masterclass.
Good product.
No, it was a good series.
It was good, great, enjoyable series.
Good series.
All right, let's hop into the last series of the day, and then we'll get into predictions and call it. We got the LA Thieves going up against Cloud9. This one ends up being a 3-1 victory for the LA Thieves. I want us all to take a look at the score sheet down below. 250-94 in favor of LA Thieves first map. And in the fourth map, hard point, 250-128. So
it should be a 4-0 is what the series should have been.
Yeah, so
Great ball, Nub.
Great.
ball.
Yeah, we can
Best
scroll
team in the league
down.
right now.
We'll take a look. Oh, Jesus, fuck. It is the first clean red carpet we've seen. And Cloud9.
Minnesota had one the other day.
Did they? I thought they had one green, but I could be wrong. Cloud9 struggling. You got 2.7s. You got 1.8. Got a 0.9 from Mac. It just was not looking good from C9 in the kill department. Clearly, as you can see with the hard point scores. Hydra's your MVP. 1.75 and a hard point. 0.50 in the S&D. He kind of got blended in the surge. Paco, he died
first 6 times.
He got first blooded 6 times. And then a 1.27 in the
people
control.
didn't vote for Hydra MVP, by the way. See, that's yours.
It's committee people. They're haters. They're fucking haters.
That's
Don't like
insane.
it.
Dan is cheesing right now.
I will say this though before we get into the series. I do think it's kind of I don't know if the Denver server it wasn't working, but to make Cloud9 play in Chicago, it's crazy.
I like the time to pull up Bill Sweet.
Yeah, so I'm pulling up.
Like I just don't even know how.
I'm assuming they did
Scroll up, Tom. You'll see the full combo.
All right, so Dylan Attach, he said, been saying LA Thieves is probably the best team in the game, so I'm not discrediting them. My issue is that there's 6 teams in Texas, and we don't have a fair server to play on at the moment. Hopefully, the CDL can figure out a solution for future matches. Somebody then tweeted at Dylan, said no more Denver servers, and Dylan responded saying, when we tested all the servers, we were having issues with the Denver server pinging 20 higher than what LA teams did last season, and the CDL said we would most likely not play on the server in matches, and then they tried to force us into it knowing these issues. Which is kind of crazy. I mean, playing on a Chicago server all the way from LA has got to be a tough one, bro. That is hard. Being someone on the West Coast.
The thing is,
it sucks for both teams, to be fair. It's not ideal for either squad.
But the thing is like,
there's more than
come
one
on, bro.
server
You're making
there,
it like,
though.
I mean, if you're playing in LA, you know what it is, Tom. We only get 70 ping when we play ranked.
There's a Salt Lake server there too. Am I tweaking?
But like, I know if the servers aren't working or whatnot, that's tough. But like, you kind of know when you're in LA what it's gonna be.
I mean,
multiple servers not working.
It's inexcusable though. Like this should not be an issue in the CDL. Like
bro,
you have the least you can do is have your servers working. Like hello.
But what I'm saying, Chris, is or Ben, you actually probably could chime in on this because maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there could be server-sided issues that the CDL simply like they can't change anything in a short span. You know what I mean? If they figure out that something is wrong with one of the servers, I don't think they could just flip a switch.
But there's no way they have one working server in a fucking like area. Like why can't they have like 2-3 servers in each fucking location just in case one is having an issue? If it's like location related, fair. But if you have one server and you're banking on that server being good every single time for fucking match day, yeah, you don't give a fuck.
Well, a couple things. First off, the servers we're talking about is cloud hosting, so it's not the traditional box in a rack. This is distributed computing. It's a little bit more complicated. Some of the chat said apparently just Denver servers are just bad in general. And KJ in the chat said that the Salt Lake server. Now, KJ, I don't know if you've got a clip or if you have like proof of this that like Dylan said they can't play Texas teams on Salt Lake, but that's a real problem. There's only
they can't play on Denver or Salt Lake.
Well, that's so confusing then to me because if there's only 2 West Coast servers, it's not just a problem for this team; it's a problem for Vancouver too. Like if both these West Coast servers don't work, this is a huge problem in any match to play against a Texas team.
Well, he said
C9's about to get farmed online.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is awful for them.
He also said that it wasn't an issue last year because last year, teams were pinging 20 better, blah 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 blah. So clearly, it was an issue last year, so they can fix it. I don't know.
The bigger issue is why every team should just be in Texas, bro. Like, why can't they do it like Black Ops 3? I don't understand. Or Black Ops 4. Like,
Well, I mean, that's up
you
to
just
the
get a little
organizations and
studio. Like,
locations.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know why teams are so against that.
Listen, the reason that we don't to have this conversation, the reason we don't have a LAN league is that, back during the LAN league, Activision, AKMLG covered all the T&E costs for all the teams. Remember, they flew people out at housing. Teams would be responsible for now for this, and I don't really think they'd be down to do it. So until you solve that economic issue via a sponsor or partnership, the Saudis writing a fucking check, it's not going to come back.
Well, regardless, I'm not pinning this on any of the. I'm not pinning this on any of the teams or the location. Like, this should all be playable. The fact that the league doesn't have their service in order, like, it's the league's fault. They need to fix the shit.
Agreed. It's unacceptable to me. If they have cloud hosting software they can deploy on, say, any AWS instance around the world, like, why are we not having as many as possible? I don't understand.
Did you say, Ben? You spoke some crazy language, bro. I'm a nerd, but I don't know any of that shit.
In the past years, and again, I don't know how it works this year. They've used a mix of like their game servers and AWS. AWS is Amazon's web hosting cloud service, and they've obviously got a lot of different places that you can post a server, in the cloud up in spots in the US and otherwhere. And so if they have software to distribute that, why can't they just do it in one of the data centers that Google has? Like, if they're using Google, I assume. I don't quite understand it.
That's crazy, yo. C9 did not rotate here, by the way.
No, I mean, I was scroll just showing some clips. I mean, this was a masterclass from Thieves. I think the biggest thing with Thieves is obviously the slang is there with these guys, but Envoy and Hydra on the subs, the routes that they take, they're going to be so annoying to play against. Like, they're constantly taking a route, constantly doing something on the map. Like, they don't hesitate. They're decisive. Like, the amount of flips that I saw and the amount of times these guys would get just pushed up into just good positions, I can just tell it's going to be difficult to play against.
You know what I love, bro? The fact that they are playing Rewind Hardpoint. It's the first time we've seen it the entire weekend so far. They're the only team that has played it, and that shows me that, like, having a map that a lot of people don't like that you're good at creates a big problem for vetoes for a lot of teams. And even if you're like, they're probably the best team right now because they're the only one that hasn't been upset yet. And they have a map that, again, everybody hates playing, but if they would love to play it every series, it forces an auto veto. So you either one, you play their best map, or two, veto your worst.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was fucking crazy.
That car's fucking radius is insane.
I don't think
Paco has flat.
That cost me my parlay right there.
It's
Just want to let you know that car
it costed me as well. Costed me as well. Yeah, Paco, he tries to get pushed. So what happened here?
Paco sees the car dropped.
Thieves went up 3-0 here. It was looking pretty deadly, and then somehow the Thieves just kept losing rounds. C9 was able to bring it back and ended up winning the SD.
They were confident, bro. They were just, you can see it in the webcams and shit. They were just running them down.
Well,
Too many smiles.
This question got asked by Ant, and Scrap did admit this is their sort of worst game mode right now. And yeah, to the point maybe they got a little bit too confident. They let C9 get some confidence in this series after they got slam map one, and then just kind of get to the business end of this. People were counter adjusting, and he's lost the battle.
Ben, what happened here? Why were you flipping out here? What happened? You start flipping out. You told me to write it down. This was the 4-2 round. Bomb goes down for Thieves. I think you were pissed off at C9 over here.
No, back it up for a second. I want to see. I'm trying to remember.
I don't know. You told me to write it down here this round, so I just didn't know if there was something that you saw.
They weren't fucking calling out. They have Dan trapped in this corner. Dante pushes back P2, and Dante's looking for the guy in P2 while he's trapped from pool on side P2.
You're saying like right here when they know
look
he's
like
here?
They're just not calling out at all. Like Dante runs into P2 from the back. Like if you don't see Dan, he's still in the exact same corner that he was in prior when Dill was holding him here in the corner.
Right. Yeah, that's like, weird. Like Dylan's got to be calling him out, right?
Yeah, like he's like, yo, he has to be here.
Or maybe he was looking for him and did Dan just shit on him? I think maybe he was looking for him and Dan just shit on him.
I don't know. That looked very
weird.
Well,
Dan turned around and made the play, but yeah, I agree with Sam. I feel like there's a comms issue.
That shit just was, dude. That's like not a call. That's like a non-call outable spot that Dan was in. He's just like hugging the wall, like not
side
even looking at anything.
He's still side P2. Hasn't come in. Still side P2.
Bro, Dante literally hits that corner and he's just mind blown. He's just like, what? Where is he?
This round was so fucking weird, bro. The 3 nades off the rip. I mean, how often do you see that? I think they get a replay here as well. You see the grenades coming in.
Chris, you die through flak with nade, right? If it lands like
if it lands close, yeah. If it lands close, it does.
I think so, based on experience. But I need to go watch.
I swear I've died.
This is hold on. Shout out Exclusive Ace because he just posted a video on Flak Jacket and its interaction with explosive. So I'm actually gonna watch that. But there is a chance that Flak Jacket is kind of broken.
I'm like almost certain that it does because I've been one naded in rank.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Based on experience, probably. But I got to go watch this video to make sure.
I thought these were gonna close it out here. They tagged up Kremp and he runs, but Mac somehow was able to find 2 there. If they just slide in and just double team Mac, kill him, I mean, Kremp is kind of screwed. Kremp's a bullet, just like in the corner, running away. I thought Thieves actually did a good job just like tagging him up before they slide in, but I mean, just good plays from Mac. He's just like, what, pre-firing through smoke here, just praying, just spray and pray.
They got smoke grenades in?
That's from the grenades, bro.
That's from
these
grenades.
Dumbass grenades and shit. But then we get down to the round 11. This was the only close map of the series, really. So we can take a look here at the round 11 here. But LA Thieves, they try to get aggro here on the site. They try to get aggro, and it kind of falls apart for them. Cloud9, they just kind of do a default. They get right to the site. Mac automatically going for that bomb plant. Nades coming in. Sid finds one. Kremp with another. Mac comes in with the trade, and instantly 15 seconds go by, and we're already in a 3v1 here. So what do you guys think about the play call from Thieves? It just kind of fucking hit that shit. Just go crazy. I like it too.
Fantastic.
It just didn't work. It didn't work.
Just didn't work.
Didn't work, but I like that they on around 11.
Can we rewatch that real quick? I just want to see like.
Yeah, they end up hitting through vault. They hit through vault door, 3 of them, and they just bum rush it. I mean, they just go fucking crazy. Look at these guys. Envoy slides out like a fucking madman. Look, and he ends up dying. Hydra dies. Scrap gets a kill, but instantly traded. Good round from Cloud9. Good bounce back from the Cloud9 boys. Didn't really mean much, but
you want what's a quicker route, and it could catch some teams off guard. It's kind of cheese, but like instead of them going around the vault door, if they just run through mid, they obviously peek their main door real quick, just drop in the vault hole and like just Eiffel team shot like immediately in front of you in the water. And if they hit that site, like you're just there quicker. That might have been a better play. Obviously, it's still risky because you're dropping down from top mid and stuff like that, but it's quicker. So if that was their intent, like that might be a route that some teams could potentially take.
And then right here, I thought there was an opportunity here. 3v3 situation. C9 are able to get onto the point. I thought there was a situation here where they were about to win this. Do you guys agree with the play of Dylan running off and playing the kills? Maybe because they didn't have trophies. Maybe that's why Dylan did it, because he was like, fuck, there's no trophies. Let me try and make a play. Or do you think he should have stacked? Yeah, I didn't mind it. I just didn't know. I saw some people talking about it.
I think he messed up after he got the kill. It's like an issue that's been around in Call of Duty forever. Like, once he gets this first kill, he instantly tries to make a play and keep pushing forward.
He should just hold the iron.
It's just like, sometimes you just got to trust your gut, trust the iron.
It didn't matter. The rest of his team's already dead. Like, they're dying as he does.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think the play was bad. I think he actually
could have made it a 1v1, Duarte. He wins if he holds an iron. Wins the second
one.
Yeah, he could have made it a 1v1.
Fair enough.
I think the biggest thing is just no trophies. I just think having no trophies probably made him tweak and made him push off. Because with no trophies on that fucking point, dude, forget it. It's fucking over with. And then we get into the 2-1 round. LA Thieves clutch up there on the defense. That could have got a little scary. It was all defensive wins up until this point. You could kind of see how it all breaks apart for C9. They just go clean 4 dead. And when they go clean 4 dead, that's not good for them. I know the tags come in. I think they end up getting them off the point here, but that clean 4 dead pretty much gets the map control for Thieves. They do a pretty good job just keeping pressure on them. Like, as I play it out, you can see Envoy right back. He just died, came off spawn. He's instantly back into play, instantly back on the point. Just making sure Cloud9 can't make plays on the map. Just being annoying, constantly hopping the point. Envoy's going to get there quick, finds a couple kills, and the stacks are back. I mean, once you get a clean 4 dead and get there, you just got to keep applying that pressure off spawn, just over and over and over again. As much pressure as you can, the better. And that's what LA Thieves do here. I mean, C9 get put in a blender. Big 2-piece here coming in from Envoy again and Dan, and they're able to close it out with a big offensive win here in the control. Anything you saw from Cloud9 that maybe they fucked up on with the 4 dead here? And do you think they did it to themselves, or they're a little stagnant here? I see Dante, he's art. I don't even know how they ended up going 4 dead. See one guy challenge mid. Got 2 guys
and they all just died separate ones.
Yeah, I think everybody just lost a 1v1, which is, again, what Thieves are going to be really good at this year, is winning their ones and just being annoying. But
I mean, Dill just jumps out line and gets an insane 2-piece.
Yeah, I just like how Dylan gets right back into the play as soon as he comes off spawn. Doesn't even hesitate. Just gets back in there. Yeah, a lot
mortar
of
strike,
a lot of grenades, a lot of smoke.
Dude, there's gonna be like, I know this map, like macro wise, how teams play it is gonna be pretty straightforward. But there's gonna be a lot of like smaller stuff, like baiting nade timings for B point for spawners, and like how they play the crosses when they actually get into art. I think like that's where the skill gap on this map is gonna be, not necessarily like how teams are actually like moving on the map, if that makes sense. Because like people are stacking, just getting naded, like, oh fuck, no trophy. Like instead of like bumping point, waiting for frags from the spawners and like getting back on.
And then we obviously get into the last map, which again just didn't have much to say on this one. I didn't see anything that caught my eye.
Class.
Yeah, I mean,
guys got
Paco's
plot
insane.
armor, dude.
Any final thoughts, guys, on the series? Paco's definitely insane. That's definitely a good final thought there. He's fucking nuts. Some of the things that he does, bro, is crazy. Paco's fucking nasty.
He may have the best timing out of anyone I've ever seen in Call of Duty. Like his understanding for timings is.
Yeah, but also just like his mechanics on top of it.
Oh, well, yeah, that's like an obvious.
Yeah, like
But
just,
I
just
feel
combining
like-
it all together. It's just he's nuts.
He's super aware on the map, man.
Yeah.
He may be cheating, to be honest. We don't know for sure.
You think he's cheated?
It may. I don't know. You know, until we PC check, we can't be too
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
even just skimming through it, it's fucking 180, 179 to, or 180 to 85 here.
So as much as people give red card shit, I've enjoyed watching the red card matches that we've watched so far. They've all been pretty entertaining.
Supposedly, the pros actually think it's one of the better hardpoint maps now, from what I've heard.
I like it. It's a bang out, bro. This map is so.
I think a
map's
lot
a
of
bang
people.
out for
I think
sure.
a lot of people don't like Protocol. I'm starting to figure out that's like one of the maps that people don't like a lot. Or Rewind, actually. That one, I don't know why.
If I had to
don't
guess
mind.
right now, I feel like Hasi would come in for Rewind.
Really?
Just out
Well,
of
just based on the
play
stats,
rate
yeah,
and
play rate.
vetoes and just
That's
like
actually
pro
insane,
sentiment.
'cause I
I
actually like
feel
Rewind.
like
That's what
Hasi would
Spencer
come
said.
in
Spencer
for
said, like,
Rewind.
based on the stats of like how this shit's played, like that's probably whatever map is least played is most likely going to be the map taken out. But
It can't be a
surprising.
coincidence that it's only been played one time for the entire weekend so far. We've played 8 matches and a lot of game 5s.
yeah, we got some fucking
It's a poorly
bangers. Tomorrow.
constructed map.
Yeah, we got
Ooh,
some
tomorrow.
fucking bangers tomorrow, bro. We got Gentlemates going up against Carolina. We got Miami versus Surge, and then we got Cloud9 versus Optic and Atlanta FaZe versus LA Thieves.
Oh, that's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be a
LAT
fucking
3-0.
banger, bro. It's
For
gonna be
the
a
last
banger.
2 series are probably gonna be good.
Let's go down the list. We'll do predictions. We'll just shoot them off. I'm gonna go for the first series. I'm gonna go Gentlemates for the first series. What about you, Ben?
LAG, game 5, round 11.
All right, Chris.
I got the mates.
Got the mates. Okay, Sam.
I was high on the Ravens. I'll stay there until they get shit on. I'll go Ravens.
Okay. No.
I was gonna go Gentlemate, Los Angeles Gorilla, whatever their name is, but I saw the Crumble lineup. I'm thinking big TJ Hanley series tomorrow. Lady's gonna get at least one of those SNDs. Carolina Royal Ravens 3-2.
Wait, you saw the lineup because it starts next week tomorrow. You've seen next week's
You
lineup? or
ruined
this
a
week?
bit. You're ruining my whole bit right now.
Sorry.
You know, the point is, I got the
I got
Ravens.
fucking technicality of this shit.
Crumbology is a fickle
These guys, what? It's like-
Rumble's closed on Sundays? Okay, well then.
You
my
know
bad.
the
My
Crumble
bad, chat.
schedule?
I didn't know. I had no idea.
Then we got Miami versus Vancouver. I'm going to go with Vancouver in that one. I thought they looked good today, and I think that loss is going to just make them go even harder tomorrow. So I expect Vancouver to bounce back tomorrow and get this dub tomorrow versus Miami. So I got Surge. What about you, Benjay?
I have Seattle Surge. I have Seattle Surge.
You good, bro?
Vancouver Surge.
3-1. I was trying to think of what it's. Well, I just watched Clemson hit a banger field goal. That's why I got distracted. But Surge 3-1.
All right, Chris, Duarte.
This is a 50-50 for me. I picked Miami today, so I'm just going to pick them again just to kind of follow suit.
Okay, Sam.
Miami. Vamos.
Slowly. Nope.
Need a big series for Boozy here, Tom.
Yep.
I don't know. Miami looked pretty. I don't know. Miami didn't look too good. I'm gonna go Vancouver Surge. 3-1.
Okay, cool. And then we got Optic Texas going up against Cloud9. I'm gonna personally go with Optic. I feel like
Are
obviously
they playing on Chicago?
Don't know, but I do know one thing with Optic is they've always struggled on opening day, and the stats kind of say that, right? They've lost the last 4 opening days, so I just expect them to bounce back here. I mean, it's the world champs; they're a great team. I expect them to come in and just take care of business here and just get the dub. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, Cloud9's also a very good team, so we'll see what happens. But today against Thieves, it was looking a little slow for them. Hopefully tomorrow they can get the servers situated because I do not want to hear about servers for the rest of the year. But I'm going with Optic in this one. Who do you got, Ben?
Dante has never beaten AG, right? He didn't beat him last year.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I was not.
Well, he beat him, but not on land.
Not on land. Okay, so they beat him online before. I think Optic's still going to take this probably 3-0, 3-1. I just don't see it for Cloud9 this matchup.
Hey, Chris.
I got Optic.
Sam?
Optic.
Nub.
I'm going to give a little bit more thought on answer. I would go Optic, but you know how refs are, Tom. Ref ball. So maybe they give Cloud9 a LA host tomorrow.
No,
You know what I mean?
that would actually
It's a
be
makeup
insane.
call. If they can't get
That'd be crazy.
there's no way with bro. You know Lamar Beatty and them were bitching, so there's no way they're
If they
making
give
them
an
play
LA
Chicago.
server, I'm Optic and I'm not playing
Like,
that series, bro.
I'm just being honest. There's no way they're making.
You
play
think
Chicago.
Kenny is
Lamar won't
spawning
do
in
it.
against an LA team on LA?
Make
They're
up
not. They're
calls. Make
they're
up
3-0
calls.
forfeiting that series.
I've
That's all
never
I'm
seen
saying.
a
Make up
tweet.
calls.
I've never seen a tweet faster.
Yeah. The rage tweets
But so
would
I
be there.
still think Optic. But if I get word that it's a LA server tomorrow, I'm switching.
All right,
to
absolutely.
Cloud9.
Then we got Atlanta FaZe versus LA Thieves. Now, obviously, I'm a big FaZe guy, right? I'm on FaZe, so I'll be rooting for FaZe, but I'm probably going to pick LA Thieves in this one. I just think they've looked stronger.
Welcome to the club, Tom.
I mean, I got to be honest, right? I'm going to be rooting for FaZe, and I think FaZe can get better as the year goes on. I just think as to what we saw so far, like, I just
Y'all
think
see
Thieves...
how quickly he abandons the camp chat? You guys see that?
God,
series.
if I would have
See how
picked FaZe, y'all
quickly
be
he
saying
jumped
buy his
ship?
cheese. Y'all would have been saying
The
buy his
waves
cheese.
get
this
a
and that.
little taller.
You
The
know?
rain comes down a little harder, and Tom.
I mean, hey, listen, man.
That's crazy.
And I hope Atlanta FaZe proves me wrong. I'll be rooting for them tomorrow. I'll be screaming for FaZe, and Sam, I'm sure you'll be screaming for Thieves, and we'll be going back and forth, you know? But just based on what I've seen, like, I mean, I just feel like Thieves they just look really strong. Like, they look like a really good team. Now, I obviously think FaZe can take them down, but just from what I've seen so far, Thieves just look, they look stronger so far.
How strong they look. How strong they look. Right?
So I have to go with Thieves, but what do you think, Benjay? What do you think?
I think every possibility is on the card in this series. FaZe are a pretty easy schedule off this matchup, but I think Thieves are going to take this one 3-1.
Chris?
I got Thieves.
Oh my god.
Sam and Ian, I'm
like this.
wondering who you guys are going to pick.
I might pick FaZe because I don't like his sweep, dude. Psych, bitch, 3-0.
Oh my God.
The fuck, Sam? The
Oh
hell?
my God.
You know, you got Thieves, Nub?
I mean, this is my DoorDash challenge. These cast man, them two little Mago munchkins can't do nothing to Hydra. That's all I'm saying.
You love that fucking joke, bro.
All I'm saying. No, I hope it's a good series. I do hope it's a good series. Like a 3-2, but I mean, it might be tough.
Slowly. All right.
Tough.
That's going to do it for us. Ben, you want to sync us out with a putt? You want to sync us
Yeah,
out?
I got you.
We
I
don't
got you.
we don't got any channel point predictions. We got any
I
mods in
want to see
here?
you make the fucking putt, Sam. Yeah.
0 for 1, Ben.
Fucking hit me with the 0 for 1 sheet.
I don't,
Let's see
I don't think there's a
One,
single mod in here right
Benjay.
now, which is kind of fucking crazy. I don't see a single mod in here to be putting up the
I don't know,
predictions.
they were throwing a paragraph copy
Dude,
pasta with not a
straight-
mod in sight earlier, so who knows?
I saw Sam's 8-inch and something about the
Yeah,
nub.
Here,
we had
I'll
Dan
make-
Loon in here modding. Fuck, I don't know what he was doing.
Here, I'll make the poll right now.
Tom.
got
Does
an 8-inch?
Ben make the pot? Here, I'll make it. I'll make it
Do
for
you
you
want
guys.
me to wait a second then?
No, I mean you can.
Zuma's making his own polls. How the ZooMAFia
Yeah, but
has fallen. man.
the poll's not posted. All right, wait a
Huh?
minute.
Crazy.
What? I just posted it. It's
Ben
right
is
there.
Yeah,
translucent
but do you want me to wait
right
a
now.
minute for people to put the prediction in?
Give it like 30 seconds, but yeah, I mean they're
there you
gonna
go.
throw it up.
Yeah,
I mean
looks
it's only
like
a
a cooked
1 minute
onion.
poll, Benjay. It's a 1 minute poll. Slowly.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you know.
Yeah, I don't know how to do the channel points on my end. I'll be honest. Blame the mods. They know where to be found.
L mods.
Yeah.
L mods in the chat. L mods in the fucking chat, baby. Get the L mods going. You know what I mean? I don't know
I think
what
they're
these guys are
unionizing on
doing.
you, Tom. They're all going.
Well, I got a lot of mods in here, but they're all pro players. I'm gonna add more mods. Who wants to be a mod? Say yeah. I'm just gonna add more of them. If no mods are here, we'll just add more.
All right, I'm in this pot. Let's fucking go.
Go ahead, Benjay. Hit the pump. Right now, you got about 70% saying you're gonna make it, and that was the same as yesterday. So don't fucking throw it away, Benjay. Benjay stepping up for the point. I think he made it. He made it.
Can't
He
even
made
see the
it.
damn
I
ball.
can't even
Oh,
see a
no,
hole.
that's
I can't
cheese.
see
What?
a
I
hole.
don't know if that's in.
You might need to
see the
redo
hole.
it, bro, because you didn't align your camera properly, Benjay.
Ben, I couldn't
No,
see
it
your
was
hole.
aligned correctly, and you haven't cropped it correctly.
Sorry, you're gonna have to
I'm not
see your
redo
hole.
it.
You might have to
That's
redo
on
it.
you, brother. I'm not reputting. That was free.
Damn, that's good out of Ben.
Wow, dude, this guy Ben,
think
man,
Ben
this guy
missed.
Ben, dude. I think he missed
I
it
think
as
Ben,
well.
I think he lipped it, bro.
I
I
made
couldn't
that
see.
free. That was literally the freest
It
part of all
sounded like
time.
it hit the back of
I
the
think
wall,
Ben
didn't
lipped it, bro.
No,
It
that
sounded
was,
like it
that
hit
was
the wall.
straight in the middle, bro.
Alrighty,
not reporting that
folks. That's gonna do it. Oh, look, we got the channel point prediction now. No, Ben, you have to do it now. Nobody saw it,
my
and the channel.
fucking God,
you have
damn
to,
it,
bro.
dude.
Bro, you have to. The channel point prediction is up, bro. And right now, there's millions on you making it, bro. Millions. So you gotta fucking lock in here. Matter of fact.
God.
Matter of fact, nobody's voting no. I think the whole fucking
Bro, it's
chat.
not cropped properly again, Tom. You gotta
Tom, crop
move
the
it.
fucking can.
I think you got the nub too far. What? The nub's too thick right now.
The nub is
There you
too
go.
thick.
There you go. You can see the hole. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben J stepping up to the plate. Does he sink it? He misses the second one. He misses the putt. Oh, man.
I lost my house.
Oh,
They never
man.
win the replay. No,
They never win it.
never win
Oh,
the replay.
no. Oh, no.
They never win the
Down
replay.
go to channel points yet again.
I
Oh,
think I just
man.
lost literally all my channel points. What just
They
happened?
never win the replay.
No, replay
Oh,
cheese,
man.
bro.
Oh, my
Yeah,
fucking God.
Replay cheese.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ben misses it yet again 2 days in a row for the channel points.
I made the first
Oh
one.
for
Nah,
2,
this
Ben.
one this
Sorry.
doesn't count, bro. This is like the SAE cheese up against fucking.
You're 0-1-1. Ben.
Well, listen, guys.
Like I said, Sam, I want to see you make a putt, brother. Let's see how many you
I
can
don't
fucking
golf
take.
every day like you do. You're 0-1-1. Lock
Yeah, I
in
go
swelling.
golf every
Yeah,
day, brother.
wait, hold on. And I want to see you drop 50 kills, like in the hard point. Like,
I want to see you go
Oh,
positive, Ben.
shit.
if we're making comparisons like this,
Some
then-
fucking bullshit, brother.
Dylan's mom said
No, I
server.
got fucking cheese today. I made the putt, and Tom doesn't know how to fucking produce.
Nah,
so
shut
it's
the
all
fuck
good.
up. Don't know how to produce. I've been taking notes. I've been pulling up clips. I pulled up
Yo, ain't
85
no
clips.
way
and
my boy Dub G hopped on his
switching
mom's
scenes.
account
I've been
for
switching
that.
scenes. I've been hosting, doing
I
everything
love
here.
Mama Tash, man. She's a great woman.
Great human.
Mama
One of
Tat
the
should
best.
go.
Ben,
Absolutely.
as the
That's it.
Ben,
Bad
Ben, as
server,
the
shit trash.
as the executive producer, Ben, what have you been producing for the shows the last couple days?
Listen. I would be happy if you gave me remote access computer. I'll be happy to switch scenes for you, bro.
Nah, you can't
You
do
just
that
never
because then I'm going to
just
spend
ne-
half
you
the
just never
show.
fucking
Let me
asked.
tell you why. Because then I'm going to spend half the show saying, Ben, no, rewind it, no, go back, no, fast forward, no,
Exactly.
switch it,
So
no.
why are you chirping me for something that I'm not fucking doing?
I'm
Nor do you want me to do?
just saying,
Yeah,
man,
shut up.
just
Yeah,
saying.
shut
The
up.
only
Fucking
thing
Fucking
Ben is
asshole.
producing is these balls in your mouth. Yeah,
Oh, shit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hey, huge shout out to my man Enable, aka that nub, aka Ian, for hopping on, bro. I appreciate you. We definitely gotta get you on more, bro. You
Thank you
know,
for the invite, Tom.
love having you
Appreciate
on,
it,
brother.
guys.
And
Had a
shout
blast.
out to the rest of the co-hosts as well. And guys, thank you so much for all the support today, both in the show and the watch party. You guys have been going fucking insane. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Go to anchor.fm/theflank to check out audio sites are on, and go follow at the flank on Twitter. Gert's doing a phenomenal job running socials. ZooMaa.gg for the merch. Make sure to check it out. Merch will be taken off the site, I think Monday, right, Ben? It's getting taken off on Monday. So
Correct.
make sure you get it. If you do want something, get it while you can. You will probably get it before Christmas, before the holidays. So
They will ship before the holidays, and you should get it before the holidays, barring some.
absolutely, I'm
fucking
wearing
weather
I'm wearing the
factor or some
beanie
shit.
right now, man. I'm wearing the beanie. So go cop your beanies, your hoodies, whatever you want. Go cop, man. And as always, man, take care. Brush your hair, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of The Flank, man. I fucking love y'all, man. Have a good night, guys. Take care. Ciao,
Peace.
ciao. Absolutely.